Why, hello there, universe. Happy Final Fantasy Friday. Oh, there we go. Yo, what up, gamer? Hello, Lily. Let's go, FF. Can we do the back-to-back-to-back game completions? Are you are you asking if I can finish Final Fantasy 3 today? Cause we're starting. I can try. I do technically have plans later, but if I scrap those plans and the other plans I have and then extend the day out by like another couple of days, I think we can do it. I think it's possible. I don't want to discredit it entirely. Read to believe is the problem. Are my... Okay, my inputs are working. Cool, so let's start a new game. Okay, so they don't have names here. We could go random names, but I think what I'm going to do instead, because I thought about this a little bit ahead of time, is to name the characters after... I think it was ARC for ARC, right? Name the characters after the DS variant of it, which is the version that I played forever ago. Cool, it's ARC. So it'd be Luneth, ARC, Refia... I guess Refia would probably be the last one. I think technically... I mean, Ignis would be more red anyways. It doesn't matter too much. Oh, this would totally be ARC though. Okay, it actually matters a ton to me. I'm so sorry for lying to you. Not Ignis, Ingas. Wonderful. This will be Luneth. This will be Refia, I guess. Refia's color doesn't match as much as the rest of them, but the rest of them match pretty well from my memory at least. Cool, so we have Ingus, Luneth, ARC, and Refia. We can actually start now. I did randomize names on FF1. Again, this FF3 is weird because we just came off of 2, which was very, very story heavy, and 3DS, to my memory, is very story heavy. Into the silence of the Golgans prophesized, or into the silence, one of the Golgans prophesized the great earthquake was only the beginning. But FF3's protagonists are anonymous, I guess. The tremors tore the land asunder. The crystal sources of the world's light well were swallowed into the depths of... Alright, a little bit slower for me, please. That was nothing compared to the catastrophe to come. They don't know that I'm excited and going to be rambling about a bunch of stuff in the meantime. Something fathomless, ominous, and laden with sorrow looms on the horizon. But I hope it's not yet gone completely. Oh hey, it's Final Fantasy Friday, Final Fantasy Final. True, it's very true. 4 souls will be blessed with the power of light, and so it shall begin. I love this game. Okay, technically I don't love this game. I love Final Fantasy 3 on the DS. 4 orphan youths raised by Topapa in the rural town of were out to test their mettle. Alright, this is the exact same game. I wasn't sure how different it would be. They came across a cave of the very same that formed when the crystals were lost to Earth. So not exactly the same. Technically. I'll get into stuff more as we go on. What started as a simple game of exploration became so much more. So they certainly weren't 4 orphans under Topapa in Final Fantasy 3. Not that it matters too much, but Refia's father is a pretty important character, at least in the beginning part of the game. Ouch, looks like we fell through a sinkhole. Now what do we do? Are you sure this is a good idea? Maybe we can climb out. You wanted to go exploring, don't be such a scaredy cat. Hey, quit squabbling, you two. I like that they're all in neutral blue color, so it's really easy to tell them apart. We need to find a way out of here. That's not me. I'm not dramatically walking. You gotta believe me. Ah, the music is so cool. The nostalgia shooting through my bones right now is almost unmatched, to be honest with you. Okay, so in Final Fantasy 3DS, the one I'm familiar with, you start as a... I want to say it's freelancer, but I believe you start as an Onion Knight in this game, which is one that's kind of tough to get in Final Fantasy 3. Well, what are those monsters doing here? We're in way over our heads. Let's get as fast as possible. Okay, I couldn't figure out how to close that menu. Everything else seems fine, other than the fact that I have to use the right stick to close that menu for some reason. Cool, so we're all Onion Knights right now, which doesn't mean much at the moment. Just know that we have stats like any other Final Fantasy game. This is our 3rd one. You know the rodeo by now. Got a potion and then a leather shield. So you have 2 hands in this game, much like real life for many, many people. So we can put a shield in an offhand. Huh? What is it? Something strange about that rock, now that you mention it. I think I have to lower the audio of 3 a little bit. On the DS version of 3, you could like pinch the camera and zoom it in. There we go, that's a lot better. Pinch the camera and zoom it in to like see stuff on the DS screen. but I guess you just kind of have to walk up to it and see the exclamation point now. I'm so excited. Something else you can do, which I don't necessarily recommend, is rock 2 shields. I don't know if you could do that in 2. You probably could have done that in 2. This said, we're probably going to primarily see people running 2 weapons rather than a weapon and a shield. But for now, it's not going to look all that different from Final Fantasy II, but oh, once it starts going, it goes. Also, I guess maybe this will be more akin to 1 since we have the nameless protagonists, which do technically have names now. There's an Antarcticoin in there. We saw Antarcticoin. I think there was like 2 of them we saw in Final Fantasy II. I don't remember if I actually used one or not, but I believe we could use one of them to beat the first boss in this game. Yes, I do have some knowledge about this game, unlike 1 and 2, but I think it'll still be a fun time. This is your favorite game of all time, right? That's a good question. T, that's a good question. It's certainly up there. This is one of my favorite games of all time. I haven't played it in a very, 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 very long time, which is probably going to be beneficial. Oh my gosh. To the right over here is a, what do you call it? Well, it's like a Healy thing, which I don't even know if they really use much in Final Fantasy III. So Refia's job level increased to 2. Job experience is weird. I'm also quite surprised our characters have desynced job experience. Look, it's a spring, yes, but why such an odd color? Let's take a sip. I'm not too sure about this. These people are way more deranged than the actual characters. The party drinks from the wellspring. I think normally when you fall down here, you have just Luneth and Ark? Or maybe it's just Luneth at the beginning. Well, I feel revitalized, HP and MP restored, KO'd allies revived. So it's already a little bit different, which means we're probably notably stronger than you are in the DS version, unless I'm misremembering, but I'm pretty sure it's there. You won't guess where FF3 is in Miko's top 100 games list. Do you think you could feasibly make a top 100 games list? I feel like that'd be really, really difficult to pull off, to be honest. Like, not only would it be super difficult to actually, like, have them be in, like, a rough... Just picking 100 is tough, but putting them in an order would also be really rough. So Luneth and Ark's job level increase. Our characters also leveled up on their own, so we've got kind of, like, 2 forms of leveling going on here. And our growth, to my memory, is kind of built into what job we're currently rocking. To my memory as well, unless they've changed it in the Pixel Remaster, it was different before. Switching jobs is kind of detrimental. I made one earlier this year. It's tough to think of 100 games I played. Now I kind of want to do one. I think I would struggle to get past like 30 games I played. If I had access to like my Steam or something, I could probably do it. A malicious force attacks the party is going to be a big turtle. Spoiler. I mean, probably. Okay, the boss theme also goes crazy. I'm so excited about this. I don't know if I can like... I'm a little tired. And of course, I'm a little like... I'm not sick per se. My allergies are killing me. But I'm really excited about this. So we could finish the fight in a single Antarctic wind, I think, or maybe 2 of them. I don't think it'll be necessary, so I'm going to save them. Alright, never mind. Land Turtle is profoundly powerful. Maybe they intend for you to Antarctic wind. We'll just keep swinging for now. This boss was really hard for me when I was young. Which is to say, like, it's kind of unlosable if you use an Antarctic wind, but I didn't realize it. The guitar goes hard. Oh my god, it really does. I'm probably going to primarily keep the orchestral music. See, it's nice and quick. I think it's like 300 health or something for the Antarctic winds damage. I played the beginning of 3 a bunch when I was young, because I kept restarting it. Less so the rest of the game. Ingus's job level increased to 2, Refia's and Ark's also went up to 3. But now, see, now we've evolved past. This is Final Fantasy 1 so far, but now it's going to become Final Fantasy 3. The crystal shines brightly. You 4 have been chosen. I hope so, at least. Oh, the crystal is talking. I give unto you the last of my light, and with it, the last hope of a fading world. As things stand, light will soon disappear, and the bounds of the world will be destroyed. Accept the light into your hearts, and the crystals will grant you unimaginable strength. You have been chosen to be the bearers of our final chance at hope. You cannot allow light to fade from the world. The party is enveloped in a bright light. This is so cool. Also, to my memory, the jobs that we get from this spoiler, we're about to get a few jobs, assuming it works the same as in DS, which I think it will, are very different from the DS one. The order in which we get them vary, at least in some places. Within the light, the will of the crystal surged through them. They decided to accept their destiny. Like, do you really have a say in it at that point? The crystal surging through you, just do the destiny. Send it on it, really. And so began a journey to dispel the darkness and return light to the world. This is maybe the most Final Fantasy theme of all time. Granted, it might just be Prelude that's more Final Fantasy, but this one goes crazy. The young heroes receive the crystal's power. I do really enjoy the idea of Topapa having 4 orphaned kids that all dress up like Onion Knights and go on adventures. That's actually really cute for no good reason. We should go see Topapa. I'm pretty sure Topapa's in, I think it's or whatever the first town is. And with it, the world's last light of hope. Warrior, Monk, White Mage, Black Mage, and Red Mage jobs are now available. So 2 kind of let you have a lot of flexibility on training your people to be multiple things. This game really, you pick a job, you stick to it for a while, and you don't really want to stick, and leveling the job is kind of a pain. But it's fine. It'll be good. Step up on the magical sigil to be transported to the surface. Embrace your destiny, warriors of light. Really lucky that we dropped down here. So now we can go to jobs, and we have... Oh my gosh, the warrior looks like Final Fantasy 1. These all look like the Final Fantasy 1 things. I guess it makes sense since it's like the pixel remaster. Oh, that's so cool. I didn't think it'd be the Final Fantasy 1 sprites. I actually love that a lot more than I thought I would. I don't really know the value of Onion Knight, so at least how it was before in Final Fantasy 3DS, Onion Knight was basically useless, or at least quite weak, until you reach job level 91 or 92, I want to say. And then you got like an incredible amount of stat growth, and it was extremely powerful, like broken at like job level 99. So probably not going to stick with it and do other jobs for now. You'll see that the equipable things for different classes vary based on what you have, very obviously. So what do we do though? I think normally I had Arc be a Black Mage, Refia be, oh, I think Luneth might have been my White Mage too. I don't know. I want to do different things though, because we didn't do Monk. We did Warrior, a White Mage, Black Mage, and Red Mage, but we didn't do Monk. So I want to make sure we have a Monk. So why don't we mix up? Let's make Arc a Monk, which is very not in character for Arc, but that's okay because this is just like alternate reality Arc. We could just skip a Mage too. I don't know if we want to keep an Onion Knight. Also, it doesn't look like there's a downside to switching jobs in this game. In Final Fantasy 3, switching jobs gives you like a stat debuff for a while, and there's like an icon for it. So I say Final Fantasy, the DS one. When I say in Final Fantasy 3, I mean the one that I played forever ago. Let's have Luneth be a White Mage. The optimal button goes crazy in this game too because there's a lot of job changing and stuff, so it's pretty easy to swap your stuff. Ingus has a Red Mage, and then we'll have Refia be, I guess, a Warrior for now. Onion Knight, it's true. I think Onion Knight functions the same as in the one I played. Also good to see if because like beforehand, Onion Knight was completely useless, not completely, but extremely weak until the very, very end game effectively. I assume that's why it's the first job in this one and why it was like a secret job in the other one. But Freelancer was also kind of bad, but not like super bad. Oh, sorry, I'm very excited about this game. The City of Earth. If you want to use an item, just select it from the list when it appears. Why not use a potion on me to try it out? By gum, that cured my aching back. Thank you, youngsters. Here, take this with my regards. Received Echo Herbs. The elders await you inside. It seems that Don sensed what befell you all. He always did have a strong connection with the spirit world. Do we have a setting to default run? We sure heckin' do. Why, if it isn't you 4 rascals, where are you running off to? Oh, interesting. I wonder how we're going to deal with the next town without having Refia be related to the blacksmith. Not that that's super relevant. Yeah, Freelancer's just meant to be a beginner class. Very interesting, the difference between them, because they're similar. I mean, Onion Knight and Freelancer seem like they can both equip anything, but getting Onion Knight again in Final Fantasy 3 was a real pain in the butt. Final Fantasy 3 DS. Either way, what's that? Saving the world? Aren't you getting a bit old for make-believe? Oh, rude. Never too old. Oh my, you're a tenacious bunch to find me in here. I'll tell you what. I'll give you my secret potion stash, just check the well. I don't remember this literally at all. But I will take the potion, certainly. I can't wait for you to get to FF5. I think so. I think of Freelancer is really strong there. Oh, that's super cool. 5 is the one with Bartz, I believe. I'm so excited right now. I love this game so much. I mean, again, it's weird because this is like a demake kind of what I played, but it's a remake of the older one. It's very weird, but I'm very excited. Are you heading out on your first journey? Don't worry. Or well, you should rest up first and don't worry about payment. Tonight's on us. Oh, that's very kind of them. Final Fantasy II's in prices were kind of messed up. Don't tell me. I bet I can guess your specialties. Hang on. Red Mage, White Mage, Monk, and Warrior. How'd I do? That's very impressive. We do, in fact, rest for success, though. So, you did pretty good. I don't really remember how the debuffs are early on. Interestingly enough, I think because I'm coming off of Final Fantasy 1 and 2, my memory's a little bit muddied right now. The big old boulder-ish hit a block in the valley, so I can't get back to Kanan. I know how to get rid of that boulder. Nothing left to do but drink away my worries. That's true. That's how it goes. Hey, you look like you can play the piano. Give us a tune. You got it. Hold on. Are we like struggling through, what is it, for release or whatever it's called? How do you like my routine? Apparently people are very happy. Oh, I'm a dancer. Get you tell me, want to see me dance? Sure. This does kind of go crazy. I was a little bit reluctant since the dancer in Final Fantasy 1 was not all that helpful, but you kind of are getting it, and I'll admit it. I was just jealous. A seasoned traveler always keeps a few antidotes and eye drops on hand. I was thinking about picking some up too. Oh, we can't speak to the barkeep, unfortunate. However, with that advice, let's go ahead and spend a little bit picking up a few of these. There's probably some solid value in picking up a staff for our red mage, which I think is Ingus, and our white mage, which I think is Luneth. Yeah. It's gonna throw me off since their sprites are the generic ones, but we'll get used to it. What can I do for you? So we have poison. I'm absolutely gonna want to pick that up. Magic is similar in the fact that people can learn different magics and stuff, but they'll only be able to cast certain magics depending on their job and that job's level. So like right now, no one could use magic literally at all. I could teach magic to anyone, but only Luneth can currently use it, and if we have some MP, which we'll need to heal up to get the MP, so we'll need to stay at the inn, then we'll have 5 activations of poison, So it's less freedom than 2 for sure, because we're going to need the magic users to actually... Wait, I'm really surprised that our red mage can't use white magic. Did I see that right? Does red mage function a lot differently than I thought? I'm gonna guess that red mage needs a few job levels before it can do magic, because if not, this is perhaps the bravest take on a red mage ever. Or maybe just saying cannot use magic because it's empty. That's what my guess is, actually. It's probably because it's empty. I probably could have taught Poisona, maybe? Hopefully. Alright, so what do we got here? Bronze bracers give evasion and magic defense up. We'll grab 2 of those, sure. I don't think we're gonna go too crazy on the armor and stuff because everything's a little bit expensive right now. And we know that early on things will be a bit tough to come by. We do have a free stay at the inn, so we'll keep that in mind. There's no proficiency for weapons that you level up, but obviously certain jobs can only use certain things. Looks like no one can use a bow on our team. Well, actually, no, our warrior and red mage can use bow, but it'd be a downgrade for them. I'll grab, I guess, 2 long swords for the warrior. And a nunchaku. I assume nunchaku takes 2 hands, surely, right? Dual wooden weapons. That sounds like 2 hands to me. Give 2 long swords over to here. Oh, we already have 2 knives over here. Whoops, my bad. Then we'll do a staff and then a... Okay, I was gonna say a wooden shield, but our white mage can't hold a shield, so we'll just grab 1 more staff really quick. Certainly, my red mage can do magic. There's no chance. I must have just misunderstood the menu. Okay, there we go. I don't think these 2 are going to have MP. There's no magic on them right now, but you can teach spells to whoever. It's just how much MP your job basically allows you to have to enable if you can use the magic or not. So we'll quickly stay at the inn here, which wait, where is the inn? Like, I know it's here, but how do we end? There we go. Don't I pay someone? No, you just go up and hop in a bed. Don't worry about it. I know it's free, but still, like, gotta be some sort of rule. How do you know if all the rooms are taken? I know I'm goobing around town a little bit. I'm just excited to be here. I believe you can get in combat over here, too. I should never leave home without a spell of cure. I saw one in the shed deeper in the thicket. Careful, there are monsters along the path. All right, well, we certainly want to grab cure. All right, we are dramatically stronger than we were a moment ago. Getting all the jobs is so fun. There's a bunch of them, too, to my memory. See, that candle furthest to the right, it's actually a switch for a hidden door. Oh, no. It's going to be a lot harder to spot these than it was in the previous game. Antidote find as well. Cool that it shows a little exclamation point on something that's like grayed out if you've successfully found something there. Longsword, leather armor, a cure, a dagger. Okay, apparently I should have came here before shopping. If nothing else, we could use the leather armor over vest for some people. We can also move... I guess we'll just move Luneth back for now. We could also move Ingus back, but I don't think it'd be the smartest decision. I remember there is something over there. Because obviously from the front line, we do normal damage, and we take normal damage from the back line. We do half damage with melee weapons and take half damage from normal attacks and stuff. So putting your white mage in the back line isn't like the worst thing in the world. But putting your red mage who might want to swing those daggers might not be as good. I'm picking flowers. I can see that. Well done picking flowers. Also, why do we keep a thicket of goblins in our town? Alright, fine. We'll go see what's going on with the elders. This is done. Yes, the spirits have told me exactly what befell you. Now go speak to Elder Topapa. I believe he has some words of wisdom for you. Something that always kind of like got me in JRPGs in general is paying to revive your party members, especially when you're like the heroes of the universe. Like everyone's got to make ends meet, but like someone who needs to save the universe or the world or whatever has fallen. You have the ability to revive them, but you're only going to do it for like 20 gil. It's Topapa, the elder who raised the 4 orphans. Topapa, I know. To think you 4 would be chosen by the late Ingus, Luneth, Ark, and Raphia, you must understand such a meeting was no mere chance. The crystal willed you to it. Such is its power. Your souls have been touched by the light. You cannot let the strength you've been granted go to waste. You must depart at once and seal away the powers of darkness. So now I'm very confused about what we're supposed to do. It's Homak, one of the town elders. In order to understand the power you've been granted by the crystal, you need to be true to your heart. It's Nina, the motherly figure to the 4 orphans. Take care in your journey. You know how I worry, so totally valid. Safe travels, my children. So normally, we would go to the next town. Everyone would be kind of made of pasta. And then we'd have to help them by going to get a ring. And then getting that ring would be going to a dungeon, which is about as far as I made it in FF3. And I was like, it took me many hours to do it. And then I was like, this was the greatest game of all time. However, are they still going to be made of pasta is the question. Eek. Oh, sorry, I thought you might be ghosts too. While traveling from the west, I came upon this cursed town. I'd stay away from the inn if I were you. It's full of ghosts. Okay, so they're still made of pasta. They are totally made of pasta. In my defense, though, in Final Fantasy III, they're like a delicious marinara pasta. And this one, they're just kind of like a ghostly string. Only a mithril ring made here in Kazis can contain the Djinn's power. This is why the Djinn cursed this town. So we're finding about the Djinn. Djinn's been trapped inside the sealed cavern since the Great Earthquake, but how has he awakened? All I want to back is my beautiful complexion. Okay, the townsfolk made a mithril ring for Princess Sarah of Castle Sasune once. If only we could borrow it. Said's the name. I'm from Canaan, but a boulder in Nell Valley is blocking my way home. Now I'm stuck here. Figured to spend the night at the end, and then this happened. What's my wife gonna say? Want to take my airship for a spin? It's parked under the desert to the west of town. In return, think you could do something about this predicament here. So this is why I knew where an airship would be in Final Fantasy 1. Because it was underneath a desert, and I thought that was really peculiar, and it stuck with me. What type do I think it is? Of the pasta? It does kind of look like al dente angel hair here, I would go with. Surely. Isn't it kind of weird that they don't sell... You know how there's like mac and cheese that's the shape of dinosaurs and Pokemon and stuff? Isn't it weird they don't just like sell that pasta outright? I could see myself buying some like novelty shaped pasta. I buy wagon wheels sometimes when I make like a pasta salad. Oh, what type do you think it is? The Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, or Mars gene? Oh, I didn't realize we were doing Golden Sun references. Thinking about how it looks, I'm gonna go Jupiter. It's free to rest up here as well, which is kind of nice. So this isn't too different from Final Fantasy III. Normally we would see Ark on the outside of town rather than just some traveler. But we got most of the information we needed. I guess all of it, technically. I wonder if the blacksmith's even a character. I mean, perhaps they always spoken to them. So there's a dungeon in here, but I think it might be too strong for us right now. I'm gonna do a fight near the door. To my memory, oh, we don't have, I didn't equip Cure. We do have Cure. I need to teach Cure to someone. But I think these guys kind of go crazy. They go crazy. Thankfully, we can heal up, but let's get out of here. Skeletons seem to be weak to blunt damage, which does make sense, but I didn't remember there being that kind of system in here. But we get some stats for everyone, and you'll notice that our stat growth is going to be based on the role that we're currently taking, kind of. To an extent. There are exceptions to that rule. There might also be a cure in here. I don't remember what's in this dungeon. Okay, so we have Luneth knowing how to cure now. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get through here. I know I just said that I wasn't going to. But if double skeleton's the worst encounter we're gonna get, it would be really good for training. Okay, maybe we can't get through here yet. Okay, there's two like advanced skeletons that have ambushed us, so I think we're just dead unironically. We must flee. I'm so sorry for being overzealous. Refia, my bad. We'll come back here later. Thank goodness. Unfortunately, I don't know if there's a place to revive in this town. This might be... No, that's the blacksmith. Music really does go hard. It goes so crazy for no good reason. We can't use most of the town's amenities here, except for, I guess, the reviving in the inn, because everyone is currently made of pasta. And you tell me, if you were made of pasta, that you would just be like, yeah, sure, I'll sell you some potions. No, you can't even lift them. You're made of pasta. Can I use this bed as well? I totes can. You would? Honestly, that's respectable. That shows that you just, like, developed the grind set required to succeed. I'm cooked different. They're all overcooked, but I'm al dente. Alright, so we know the airship is in here. We can't... I was gonna say we couldn't enter here yet, but I guess we can. I'm surprised we can do this. I mean, I'm down for it, but I don't remember being able to do this so early. So this is the sealed cave up here, and here is Castle Sasune, where Princess... I wanted to say Sarah, but I don't know if Sarah is right, actually. The Djinn's curse turned everyone in the castle into ghost. Aslan's spirit was out on a mission at the time. If we had a mithril ring, we'd be able to seal away the Djinn again. Kazis is the only place where they can craft such a ring, but with the curse, how can we hope to find a mithril ring now? See, they can't make a mithril ring because they're made of pasta. So there are a few things to do in here, to my memory. I should probably talk to all of the pasta people instead of just going straight to the top. The Djinn's curse did this to me, to all of us. Oh, what shall I do? The Djinn's curse did this to me, to all of us. Oh, what should I do? The Djinn's curse did... Alright, never mind. I'm getting the point here. There's secret passages in this game, right? There's so many secret passages in this game. This castle, to my memory, has like a chunk of them. Heck. I don't know how many of them are like visually telegraphed or not, though. We might just be kind of guessing. Undead hordes roam the tunnels of the sealed cavern, but if you can cast Cure on them, it may do some serious damage. It's very, very true, which is why I was going to go through there and hopefully cast Cure to kill the skeletons. The White Slayer is in the western tower of Castle Sasune. I swear they did not tell you this ahead of time. However, only a red mage can use it. I also don't remember that part being a thing either. But there are two spires we're going to go up. Spoiler. I'm King Sasune, but as you can see, the Jin's curse has reduced me to this ghastly form. Only by defeating the Jin can this foul curse be lifted. Where is the Jin? He dwells in the sealed cavern north of this castle, but without a mithril ring, you'll be powerless to seal him away. We heard Her Highness Princess Sarah has one. Oh, how could I have forgotten? The people of Kazis once presented Sarah with a mithril ring, but I fear Sarah is nowhere to be found. Could she have been abducted by the Jin? Oh, my poor Sarah. You're just coming to terms with this now that your daughter is missing? That's messed up, my man. We can check out the sealed cavern. Oh, such stalwart warriors. When you reach the sealed cavern, you should know where there's a secret door. The skeleton is the key. That's very true. Please, you must defeat the Jin and free my people from this wicked curse. I bet they aren't telegraphed at all. I'm willing to bet they're not. There was a telegraphed one in Final Fantasy II, though. But basically, we're going to be rubbing up on a lot of walls here, so... Okay, this one... looks like maybe it's just not a thing at all. At least when you go under something, it kind of reveals the world to you, though, huh? There's some telegraphing here. $1,000 gil. We are now profoundly rich. I don't remember why the Wellspring Room's a thing. I think we want to come here at some point. Like, they tell us that this is a thing after we succeed. Maybe. I could be misremembering too. Regardless, it won't be bad to take stuff now because, well, we now have some black magic. Who doesn't love a good blizzard? We'll give that over to our red mage right now. I think there's still more secrets in this castle, maybe. I remember getting more stuff, but it might just be later on you get access to more stuff. Heck, I'm running in circles here. There it is. Okay, so there is a tell on the wall. We need to pay attention to that. On the far right wall, you can see like the double lines there. Oh, there's double lines here too. Oh, I didn't notice there's double lines on all of the things that we can cross under. So there's certainly some tells here. I don't know if that's how it was in Final Fantasy 3DS, which I will specify now because otherwise I'm going to just keep saying 3. Okay, so we have 2 towers to go up. And there's a boss at the top of, I think, the left one. But we'll go up the eastern one first. Spoiler. Again, this stuff is like, it feels like I played yesterday. There's a lot of enemies in these towers, too, to my memory. Was the Pixel Remaster just the 3DS version? No, this is based on the NES version, or SNES version, whichever one it was for the original Final Fantasy III. So we got a bow and a wooden arrow. Arrows are peculiar in this game. In the sense that you just get wooden arrow to my memory, and then you equipped it with a bow. You don't just use a bow on its own. And then when you get like fire arrow or whatever, it's just like one item. I don't think it's consumed when you use it. I think. It's been a while though, and I don't remember using bows too often. So I'll have to investigate it and hopefully it'll be good. Interesting. Is it any different from memory yet? Story-wise, it's very different but samey. It's like the same general story beats of the Jin turned everyone into pasta is still here. However, the way that we would have got to this point would have taken on at least like a chunk more of time. These zombies also look horrifying. Whoever did the sprite work here absolutely killed it. Kind of literally, I guess, unkilled it. Also interesting, we got back attacks over on the left side. Are we always on the left side? Surely we're not always on the left side. This is throwing me off. I don't remember the combat being on different sides in Final Fantasy III. It probably was, and I just hadn't thought about it. Either way, a bunch of level ups for everyone. We got the Holy Arrow. Oh, if we could equip a bow to someone, that would actually go crazy. That'll be really good for fighting anything undead. I don't remember that at all. I don't know if these dark guys are considered undead. They don't do that much damage though, so we're okay. Every time I get hit, I'm very much in the mindset of Final Fantasy II, so I'm expecting everything to apply debuffs to us. The bow's damage is pretty solid, all things considered. We can also move Ingus to the back line. I have to move the order of our party. So I keep like forgetting who's who because they don't, I mean, they look like Final Fantasy 1 characters. So our job levels go up. The way that job experience works, to my memory, and I don't know if it's going to work the same as in this as it did in Final Fantasy 3 DS, is that you need to hit 100 job XP, which I'm actually not seeing here. So it might be a hidden stat, but every time you hit 100 job XP, you would level up your job. And you get job XP by doing fights as your job, effectively. But I don't see it here, so maybe it's a little bit different in this game. But it would always be 100 XP, and the job XP you'd get would be kind of based on like the difficulty of the enemy you're fighting. So it might be a little bit different here. Alright, so let's open the chest. Monsters. Okay, this griffin looks a lot less intimidating in this game than it did in the one I played when I was younger. I forgot to move Ingus back. That's okay. Oh my gosh, that did a lot of damage. Thankfully, we do have a bit of cure magic left. Sweet, so that was nice and quick. We're quite strong right now. We got the White Slayer, which again, oh, I forgot that's an exclusive one for red mages. Probably still worth grabbing regardless. Can you use bows? Can any of you use bows in the house? You could use a bow. My warrior will use a bow. That's fine. That's iconic. Everyone loves a good warrior with a bow. Alright, so I'm going to go to formation, and we're going to move around the party so they make more sense to me where they'd be logically if we were playing the other one. And we want our warrior to go on the back line, which is a little bit weird, but it'll be fine. I know some of the early games have arrows consumed and others don't. I believe this is one where they're not consumed. I believe so. I mean, I guess we fired it off and didn't lose the arrow, so we kind of confirmed that. Oh my gosh, we consumed the arrow. Or do we have it equipped? We haven't equipped it. Never mind. I was like, we wasted our one holy arrow. I can't imagine having to restock arrows in a Final Fantasy game. That seems like a pain. I should have gone for some AoE white magic, but we're kind of low. So I was, in fact, not brave. Interesting, it has a pop-up that says damage received from poison in this game when it didn't in Final Fantasy 2. I'm guessing jobs level up a little bit differently here, but I don't quite know how it would be. I mean, it could also be that they're just gaining different proficiency because of what they're doing, too. I don't know. I do not know. I think job, like, the experience you can get in one battle was, at most, one job level up, or like 48 or something. I don't know. It doesn't really matter meaningfully. Either way, we've now got the White Slayer, so we are looking pretty prepared. And we've also got our airship, which I completely forgot we got so early. That said, we can just poke back around here and heal up without any fear of fights. Since apparently it's just free if you're a Warrior of Light, which I guess we are technically Warriors of Light in this game. Unlike 2 where we weren't. But we're very much Warriors of Light. There's crystals. They were like, hey, please save the world. You need to be light, darkness, bad. I still can't believe the Emperor in Final Fantasy 2 was basically who it was and what they did. I was thinking about spoiling Final Fantasy 2, but what if someone hasn't watched Final Fantasy 2 and they're only seeing Final Fantasy 3? I said it in such a vague way that it means even less than I meant to say, which is, you know, the ideal. Okay, cool. So, we've got the White Slayer. We have the information required. The only save file I had there was just a test to make sure that my controls worked before. Alright, sweet. So, we will now go through the sealed passage. We were given the advice that we need to... Oh, I forgot that there's literally floating coins here. That's very much like a real thing. I believe that coins are considered to be undead too. So we should probably use some AoE carries, but keep in mind that we're going to be a little bit on our back foot because we only have 8 casts in total. We're very, very limited on how much magic we can cast early on. I don't think we had a shop with another cure either, so we're just locked to the one. If we find a second one, we'll certainly teach it over to Ingus. It's not impossible that we will spend time coming back here because of how strong everything is and how little fights we've done so far. So we might be dipping in and out. We'll see. Fact of the stream, otters hold hands while sleeping, they don't float away. Oh my gosh, Kupo, that's a great fact of the stream. Love that. Chest contained a potion. Yeah, I'm thinking we're probably going to come back here, especially if we keep getting ambushed. This could probably be a KO. Hopefully not. Feels Feels so weird having a warrior on the back line in any Final Fantasy game. These actually do no damage at all, and I was totally worried over nothing, but I do want to hold off on spending too many cures. We did get cool sunglasses for Ingus, which is kind of nice, I suppose. I remember it being a lot more detrimental to have darkness applied. Okay, we need to chill a little bit. Please don't KO Ingus. I like slow down the game like I'm gonna have some more control over it. As we get more level ups and stuff, we'll have more MP for the white mage, so it'll be a lot more bearable. What's our base MP right now? How do you see it? Under magic? 9. Okay, so we've already gone up 1, which isn't that significant. Unfortunately, by casting Cure, we don't simply get better at Cure, so it's all going to be combat-based, a lot more combat-based leveling than previously. I will go continue to explore forward. There's another Cure. That's going to help us a pretty significant amount. Wonderful. Basically doubling the amount of heals we can use going through here. I forgot to equip the bronze bracers as well, so let's do that really quick onto, I guess, the healers. I'm always more inclined to put equipment on healers, but I think those ones might be healer exclusive anyways. So we're looking good on that one. Everyone's marginally healthy. We have a handful of potions. I don't really want to use them up yet, though. I do want to get rid of the darkness on Ingus, so Echo Herbs is silence, or blindness, excuse me. Cool. I say we keep pushing. Might as well. When I was... I know I'm going to keep saying when I was like playing this years ago, but when I was playing this years ago, I 100% came in and out of this cave a lot of times. It's kind of why I thought the game was over after this cave, because I spent so long trying to get through here. Which, while fun in retrospect, makes me want to not do that now. They hit so hard, though. I mean, we could always go... Maybe we should do that. We have a bunch of Gil. Let's actually go dip out really quick. I know I said I wasn't going to do this, but, like, we can go buy armor for everyone. You'll notice, too, our health is getting really big bumps. 15 up on certain characters as well. 16 on Refia, which is quite significant. But, again, our health will scale, I think, based on the job, assuming it's like the DS version that I played. That was very fortuitous where they targeted there. I don't remember the holy arrows going so crazy. My goodness gracious me, oh my. I was reading, I guess there's a lot of major differences I didn't realize between 3 and DS, because if so, that's going to be not a rude awakening for me. It's certainly something I'm looking forward to. It's going to be like, there was like that project where people were like trying to remake Super Mario World from memory. Oh, I went to the wrong place to heal up. I don't think there's a... There might actually be a bed here. I was thinking there wasn't, but there are a few beds immediately. I hope the character Desh is still in the game, though, because I quite like Desh. We can't use the beds, that's fine. At least I think that's how you pronounced his name. We'll find out pretty soon. If Desh is not in the game, I'll complain about it, and then I'll talk about how cool Desh is. So you won't miss anything. It'll be like you played Final Fantasy 3 DS. At least I'm getting better at saying DS after it now. Okay, so let us quickly heal up here. And then we can't shop here, so we'll go up to instead. Or Ur. What do we think? Or Ur? Probably Ur, right? No, it could also be Ur. In RuneScape 3, there's the city of But, like, would it be called Ur because it's UR and is UM? I guess I never really thought about it. When playing this, I never spoke any of the names of anything, and it was a very, very long time ago. So let's go over to the armor shop and see if we can get people a little bit more geared up than we did before. We could rock shields, but I don't think we want to. We'll grab... Oh, we have 2 leather armor stocked already? Oh, I forgot we looted a few of them. That's okay. We can always buy, like, potions and stuff, even if we're not here for armor specifically. You can't wear them, I see. That doesn't feel right. Did I read the menu wrong? Ah, okay. Stock 2, equipped 2 just means we have only 2 of them in total. I thought stock 2 meant that we had 2 sitting around doing nothing. No one else could wear bronze bracers, so it looks like we will upgrade at least the chest pieces there, which isn't significant, but hey, it's 2 armor, and in this economy, 2 armor is 2 armor. We're not going to complain about it. We could try to grab another staff now that we have a little bit of extra gil lying around as well. Isn't going to make a significant difference, but it's... Apparently we have a second one already as well, so I came back here to, I guess, stock up on other things. I think I'm going to move Luneth to the front and keep Refia at the back. Just because we're only hitting 1s or 2s with the staff, if we continue to hit like sub 10, we'll probably leave Luneth on the back line. Heck, there's really not much to supply on. Is there not a default... Oh, no, this is part of the default shop. I was like, is there not a default like potion shop in but there is certainly some things. So let's go ahead and stock up. We have a good chunk of gil now. I got a funny feeling we're going to use a ton of potions throughout our adventure, so there's no reason to just not grab them now. Now we're feeling much, much better, and we still have some gil to fall back on either way, so I'm not stressing it too hard. Ah, the music goes so hard, though. I'm feeling super nostalgic today. I mean, obviously. I played this quite a bit when I was young. Alright, so try to preserve MP the best we can. It looks like we're still only hitting 6 on the front line, but it might be worth it. It's tough to say, to be honest. Glad we're clearing fights so quickly, though. I was trying to remember if the map feature was a thing in Final Fantasy III on the DS. I don't think it was. I gotta feel like the maps are all pixel remaster things. They're really cool looking. It'd be sad if I kind of forgot that, though. Cool. So a bunch of job level ups for everyone. See, look at that. 20 HP almost on Luneth. Like, we're getting significant stat ups, which is important. It's kind of like when you get a new party member in Final Fantasy II and they just kind of start with 500 HP when everyone has 4,000. Okay, so we got back attack, which is not super cash money, as these are big scary skeletons. Oh, interestingly enough, I remember this now. It's coming back to me. If you get back attacked, I want to say your positions on people get gubbed up. Like our character who was back before is now forward and everyone else is back, I think. I could be wrong about that. It's kind of how they look positioned, though. Because why would Refia be the furthest one when Refia should be back? How are we looking on health? We're not actually looking too bad. An AoE cure is pretty solid, all things considered. 500 gil. So the hint was a skeleton. It's actually this skeleton here. I remember this one. If you would pinch your Nintendo DS screen, it would be all sparkly and it would kind of go crazy. You're not Spaghetti, Princess Sarah. You actually look like the spitting image of Princess Sarah from Final Fantasy III, so it's very, very faithful. Princess of Sasune, Your Highness, what are you doing here? I'm here to save my subjects, but I fear I cannot find a clear path through the monsters. Thankfully, my Mithril spared me from the Jinn's curse. Nevertheless, these caves are dangerous, Your Highness. You should return to the castle. I will not. I'll forge ahead alone if I have to. Your Highness, won't you reconsider? Please take me with you. You cannot seal away the Jinn without my Mithril ring. I was going to say, it's kind of important that we have the Mithril ring, then I suppose we must. Cool, so this is like it was in Final Fantasy DS. I don't know exactly how Sarah being in the party is going to function, though. Oh, that's right. If you wish to talk to me, press the L button. Don't hesitate to ask me anything. Now let's be off. This is very familiar. This is the L button. Ah, okay, different L button. I am Sarah, and you are? I'm Ingus. A pleasure. I can only go so far alone before I reach my limit. I'm most fortunate you came along. I'm in your debt. You must use the string to seal away the Jinn's power and say, my people, please escort me through the cavern. I assume it doesn't matter who we are. The Jinn can control fire. Perhaps attacking with ice would help douse his flames. Wouldn't you know that we certainly have access to ice for us? Is Sarah important? Yeah, I would say, like, important enough. I would say Sarah, so I'm going to assume Desh is in the game then, or someone Desh-like, because Sarah, Desh, and a few other people that will join our party throughout the game are important. I'd say they have similar roles to like Minwu and the like in Final Fantasy II. Now, what I'm curious is, will Sarah do anything in combat? In Final Fantasy III, Sarah, to my memory, was like a real boon on the party and would occasionally do things, but it doesn't look like Sarah is going to do anything here, which is fine. Antarctic Wind. So we did save a few Antarctic Winds earlier on. We'll almost certainly be dumping them on the Jinn if we're going to try to go all the way to the end. A preemptive strike, so let's just fight it normally. Hopefully with the holy arrows, we'll be able to finish this in one turn. White Slayer, too, is so heckin' nice. I kind of didn't realize that everything here was undead. The eye drops as well. Okay, there's no way this cave is this short. Whenever I wax poetic about Final Fantasy 3DS and how I like hit the credits and thought the game was over, this is the point I got to. It took me under an hour. I swear that took me like 10 hours as a kid. Was I dumb? Am I still dumb? Interesting that poison does damage and then applies the actual poison dot. It's very unfortunate for our supplies. I guess it's not that unfortunate. Either way, let us take a moment to cure up the party. Can I AoE poison dot as well? Oh, I can. Never mind. Extremely lucrative. So we're at the Djinn now. It is the Djinn. I think we're going to dump our Antarctic winds. Coming back, I will use my ring to... Spoiler. We have to fight the Djinn. I'll use my ring to banish the Djinn. Nothing happened. Wahaha, you think that silly trinket will stop me now? I've joined forces with the darkness. No, and together we're unstoppable. The Djinn attacked. Okay, you look a lot less imposing than in Final Fantasy 3, to my memory as well. But again, it was a long time ago. Not the darkness. I know it's crazy. So I am going to drop some Antarctic winds here. I don't think we're going to drop too many of them. We did find a blizzard spell, though, so Ingus will be able to drop those. Holy 76 damage. Maybe I am here early. Early is probably the wrong word. Antarctic wind's going to absolutely rip with 156 damage. Also, the steam goes crazy. Hopefully we can get the cure off beforehand. The darkness is really getting to me, is so true. Okay, fire wasn't so bad. I consider this specific fight to be like a core memory of mine. I guess not this one, but the one from 3DS. Either way, you know what I mean. Because, like, it was so ridiculously hard. So I'm kind of playing it a little bit passively, but I'm half expecting the bosses to fall over. Music's a banger, though? Sure, heck it is. Good choice to say that the music was good, because if not, I might have banned you. I'm only kidding, T. That was so fast. I'm so disappointed. I guess I'm not disappointed. I sucked when I was young, though. I guess I have a lot more knowledge now. I know, you're a kid. The world is, like, exciting and different. A lot of experience for us, a lot of level ups as well. I assume this is the remastered. This is certainly the remastered. They did a wonderful job on it, though. Now, Sarah, while the Djinn is weakened, use your ring. Sarah raised the ring up high. This is such an interesting middle ground since our protagonists are just like whoever's, but it very much has like the, I guess the plot relevancy of side characters that 2 had, because 1 had like no relevancy of anyone effectively. Sarah raised the ring up high. That was only phase 1 of the Djinn fight. I'm kidding, I'm making that part up. The Djinn dispersed like the mist. The ring's power sealed him deep within the cavern once again. Thank you so much. I would never be able to seal away the Djinn without your help. All that remains is to cast this ring into the wellspring in Castle Sasune. That's why the wellspring is relevant, and the Djinn's curse will be lifted. For now, I'll use the ring's power to warp us back to the castle. That does seem to be warp. Hopefully you didn't take too much health damage to do as such. Also, our airship is now stuck over there, apparently. Princess Sarah threw the ring into the wellspring. I really love how they do water in pixel games. It looks so good. There, now the Djinn's curse should be broken. We wouldn't be here without you all, thank you. I suppose we must part ways. I have a duty to my father and my people after all. What that I could travel with you, but I'd only be in your way. Sarah, we've known you for 5 minutes, but for me, it was like 9 hours. Come back when you finish your journey. I'll be waiting for you for as long as it takes. What the heck? We swear to return. Goodbye, Sarah. There was some intensity there. I could feel the passion. All right, we're out. See ya. We got adventures to adventure. It's tough being royalty. Thank you, brave warriors. You have sealed away the Djinn and saved my precious Sarah. I owe you a debt of gratitude. Take this. I trust it will aid you on your quest. Okay, we can get our... I was gonna say, we must get a canoe soon, because otherwise I don't think we can get our airship back. Receive the canoe from the king. Is the canoe the most iconic form of travel in Final Fantasy games, though? Can I sleep here now? I can. Nice. I don't know why they would have had this be off limits before. I guess because someone was angry and made of spaghetti, which is honestly a valid reason to not want people to use your bed. Airship? No, it's probably airship. I could certainly see it being airship. The princess has missed you. Her room is at the top of the tower to the right. I guess we can visit. I don't remember the princess having like a room at the tower. Maybe if she didn't, I just forgot though. Sid/airship is staple. Well, we're gonna go say hi to Sid in a little bit. I just stay here with my father. What, I could travel with you? Okay. So it's just the same dialogue as we had before. Oh, we should talk to everyone again though, because they're not spaghetti anymore. Princess Sarah's been asking about you every chance she gets. She talks of nothing else. Totally understandable. Where are the onions of light? Oh, I should have named them all after vegetables. But this is going to be easier to make like references and stuff to 3DS, I suppose. Thank you, Worries About Your Truly Heroes. Thank you, Worries About Your Truly Heroes. All right. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. So we have to go canoe to get our airship back, and then we want to go over to say hi to Sid. We are totally healthy now. Now you'll see that Ingus and Luneth have access to level 2 magic. They have a little bit of MP in the level 2 spot, which is where that 2 and 1 is respectively. We don't have any level 2 spells yet, but that's effectively how you get access to them. Oops. We're really cruising. I thought this would take a lot longer. Princess catching feels for the unknown protects. That's how it goes sometimes. Does be how it goes sometimes. Well done. I know you could pull it off, but you're glad you had my airship, huh? I'm certainly glad. I'm just happy it was used for a good cause. Mind if I ask another favor? Can you get me back to the Mrs. and Canon? Please, she's been waiting for a mighty long time. To my memory, assuming it's like 3DS, we want to make sure that we save an elixir for a mini quest here as well. With Sid and the Mrs. Now we have a Sid of our own. Let's check out the shops here. Thanks to you, I'm back to normal again. Fit as a fiddle. What can I do for you? Let's see what we have. We have mithril stuff for sale already. I mean, we may as well, right? We've got the gil for it. Maybe I don't want to go too crazy, though. We'll hold off on the shields for now. Perhaps we're strong enough to go into that cave as well, but I don't know if there's a reason to. What can I do for you? We could take a mithril knife. Okay, there goes all of our money, actually. Wait. All my responsibility leaving my body when the shopkeeper has new weapons. Oh, heck, I forgot we're not using swords. I mean, I guess we can switch over to mithril swords now. We were using the bow before for the holy arrows. Oh, fire, blizzard, and sleep. Thankfully, we can afford it. Wow, the magic is so cheap. Hold on. Awesome. We might want to come back and pick up spells later on as well. Simply because if we, like, get people doing other things, like, you don't have to keep your... Oh, you're capped out at 2? Interesting. I thought you could learn... Oh, no, you have your 3, because you have... Cure... Blizzard and Poisona. Okay, so we can actually go and forget one of them if we want. Maybe I'll just save Blizzard and Fire in case I change someone else to, like, a job that can cast. But for now... I guess we don't need the extra Poisona, actually. Let's do that so our red mage can cast a little bit more magic. I don't think I removed a single spell in Final Fantasy III, so I kind of forgot it was a thing. Cool. So now we have a little bit more magic. We're also completely out of gil now. But we're in a position... We're doing okay. Kaz has made its fortune off the mine. Artisans from the town made weapons and armor out of the mithril there. So again, like, this blacksmith building was very, very relevant to the plot. I'm thinking about a Boulder's block. Okay, cool. It's still relevant to the plot. To Kanan. I reckon if my airship had a Mithril Pro, we could bust right through. Say no more. I'll get one ready for you in a jiffy. So normally in 3DS, that's Refia's father. And there's like drama about Refia leaving and stuff. Oh, no need to thank me. You saved the town after all. This is to show our appreciation. Now, take this and get out of here. Alright. Taka affixed the Mithril Pro to the airship. Is it pronounced Prow or Pro? Probably Prow, I would guess. Kind of like, but it's pronounced crow, so maybe not. Either way, let's give that bothersome boulder a good old-fashioned whooping. So that's the trigger we have to leave, which kind of scares me because I feel like we would never have known what to do. So here's the entrance to the Mithril Mine. We'll have to be very, very careful to talk to people because I don't think if I had the knowledge I would have known otherwise. I'm gonna guess we can't progress in the inn or the mines, but we'll try to anyways. There could be an invisible thing I didn't see. I need to move Refia towards the front now as well, so Refia can do melee damage. I guess not reduce damage. Holy guacamole. The damage on those mithril rods goes crazy. Call an ambulance, but not for me, is very much the energy our white mage is bringing to the party, and I'm quite happy to see that. Let's go to formation, move Refia over to the front as a warrior should be. I'm going to just check here. I thought I looked at that before, but I guess I didn't. So we can go through here. I think we might have had to before, and now it's just optional, but surely we want to explore an optional dungeon. We have Sid with us too. Sid's probably like, wow, you're so cool. And not like, hey, can we get home to my missus already? Oh my goodness, Luneth is doing so much damage. So a mithril sword and a mithril sword. Heck, that's so unfortunate. It looks like we can't have swords on the red mage? I could have sworn they could use swords. Peculiar. I also remember this area being a little bit bigger, but that's fine. We can always sell the extra ones for a little bit of gil. We're quite strong now. Kind of losing my mind at how strong our white mage is at bonking though. Alright, cool. So our little bonus dungeon is fine. We probably could have done that sooner. I remember it being a lot longer, but again, I think it's just me suffering from remembering things being a lot tougher when I was younger. Do we still have free stays in the inn is the question. I don't think we talk to people here either way, so let's do that. What can I do for you? It looks like some basic stuff. We don't really need to resupply. We're good on stuff and we're low on gil. Thank you on myself again. There's a hidden passage in the mines that'll take you in the deepest tunnels. To find it, go as far as you can, take 3 steps on the left-hand side and look closely at the wall. Okay, cool. So we've already done that successfully. I could have sworn you could talk to innkeepers and stuff over, like, walls in this, or what do you call it? Like a, desk. I guess desk is alright, but it's not quite right. A bar? Either way, that, like, wooden separator betwixt us and the innkeeper. Oh, my healthy glows back is all thanks to you. Oh, you were the complexion person. You were kind of looking like a ghostly piece of pasta before, so I can understand your concerns, but I still think you look like a totally fine ghostly piece of pasta. So we got a Mithril Pro on the airship. You can't see it, but it's totes there. And now for perhaps the most tragic part of Final Fantasy III. You would think that we'd be able to just fly the airship over the rock or through like the part in the mountains, but now our airship is entirely gone. It was nice while we had it. Those mandrakes are actually horrifying too. But we have blown up our airship to successfully break this rock that suddenly manifested between here and another town. I guess it didn't manifest per se, it fell off a mountain. Okay, these are actually really, really strong. Hold on. Okay, we successfully KO'd one, which is better than nothing. I was getting a little bit worried there. To my memory, Final Fantasy III has some gnarly difficulty spikes, but most of them were pretty late on. Either way, I'm beating my childhood speedrun of this by about 9 hours right now, so I think we're doing good. I believe the credits roll after beating the Djinn as well in the DS version. I'm pretty sure, at least. They didn't roll here, though. Thanks for all your help. If anything I can do for you, let me know. Come to think of it, if I can put together another airship, I bet you could put it through its paces, but we'll need to make a few design improvements, and no one knows more about that than King Argus. You should go see him. Anyways, thanks again. Come back to visit anytime. So if we see a King Argus somewhere, I don't remember where King Argus is, we can maybe get some design improvements for a better airship. Interesting that Sid needs to rely on someone else's blueprints, but that's okay. Zoe's a bigger fish. I hear that long ago a traveling mage hid some medicinal herbs in town. As for wheres and wherefores, who knows? I've never been myself, but they say there's a gnome village in the forest down south. Important. Down south is a little bit fake, and it's tough to find to my memory. So now we have to pay to say it's 40 gil per night here. And now we have gold needles. We certainly need gold needles. Full stop. I believe petrification becomes an immediate problem in the next dungeon. A traveler named Dash, yes, wandered into town recently. I didn't ask where he didn't stick around. I'm not sure where he was headed. I love Dash so much. I'm so excited. When you use the mini spell, you can turn into a gnome-sized version of yourself. I sold my last one to a young man named Dash. All right, well, we need to figure out where this Dash is, because why wouldn't we want to be gnome-sized versions of ourselves? We could theoretically sell those extra mithril swords. I'm not going to sell until we actually need the gil, though. We're not revived, but I did in fact partake in the flowing water of the well either way. I'm gonna dance. You want to see me dance? Ah, fine. It just feels like a waste of time after the first one. All right, you're actually kind of getting it. Never mind. I thought the dance was going to be the same in my defense, but I think it was different. I don't really remember the first one anymore. Still a crazy dance. Was it worth the time? I'll say so. You know, it's about the journey, not the destination and all that, right? So there's a great bow for sale. Interesting. That's very expensive. Our bow progression is already worlds above Final Fantasy II, so if we can get, say, a job that specializes in bows, maybe we'll be in good shape. I don't remember most of the jobs in this. I remember a chunk of them. I don't remember taking waterfall damage either. That's peculiar. We found an elixir. Okay, cool. So I didn't think we'd find an elixir until much, much, much later and have to come back here. I completely forgot that we can get one in the town, or maybe it's just different in the two versions of the game. But it seems kind of familiar. Arrow is a white magic spell that lets you manipulate the wind to damage your enemy. Flying monsters hate it. It's true. Flying monsters truly hate Arrow. So now we have Thunder, Poison, and Bind, which say black level 2 on them. So again, they're going to take that second tier of MP. MP in this game is very much like you can use up your high tier ones, but you also have the low tier ones to use. So it's interesting. It's basically those three spells are all pulling from the same pool of MP, and then the next tier are their own pool as well. This being said, we have to go up to here, which is Cid's house. Hopefully we can do this now. If not, we'll have to remember later. I'm glad you stopped by. See, my wife felt ill while I was away. Come on, honey, you'll pull through. Oh, if only I had an elixir. So we go over to Mrs. Cid here, and then we can use our elixir that we just found. I don't remember her springing out of bed. That's awesome. Heavens above, I'm carried. Thank you. Oh, thank you. It's a pretty valuable thing in elixir, but I think it's worth carrying someone. Looks like I owe you one again. Does that mean I owe you two? I know. Give this candle behind me a jingle and open a way to the hangar where I used to park the old airship. Help yourself to anything you find down there. I don't remember having any loot. I love Cid in this game. He looks like I know him. You went out of your way to help my husband and me. I can't thank you enough. Ow, ow, ow. I'm glad this one doesn't result in ow, ow, ow. But I'm so glad you can interact with him. I didn't remember there being any reward. Frankly, it brings me memories of Wind Waker, where you can go back and give Link's grandma... I want to say you have to bring a fairy in a bottle. And anytime there's something like that, you gotta do it. It's like the right thing to do. Oh, there's a great bow for us right ahead. Maybe we will send our warrior back to Great Bow School. Oh, there's more loot I didn't even notice. Gold needle, potion, high potion, phoenix down. Honestly, fantastic loot. The chests in this game do not disappoint. I think gnomish bread is tasty. I have to imagine, right? It's like asking if you think a baguette is tasty, which is like gnomish bread, but French instead. I think bread in general goes crazy, right? Is there any bad breads? Surely there's bad breads, but I can't think of any off the top of my head at least. So the damage is 38. Each of these swords is 17. So Great Bow might not really hold up. If we start fighting a bunch of undead, or if we get another arrow tip, I'll probably swap it over. Or another arrow, I should say. Save just in case. I don't want things to go south in here. I remember this place being kind of spicy, and I do remember a dragon being involved, but that is way more daunting than I remember. We're like, yeah, we're gonna go over here. Dragon's Peak. Oh, so I want to say iconic, but it's just so... Those are not fireflies. I'm sorry. I've seen a lot of fireflies in my day, but I don't know if that what I would consider one to be. That's more of a cursed manta ray more than anything. Either way, this is so nostalgic to me. I love this game. So we've got Fireflies and Helldivers here. I think these Helldivers are capable of petrification, maybe. I'm pretty confident I got petrified here a bunch, and it was like really traumatic. Having the force hit is kind of cool, I guess. Job level up to 8 and a gold needle as well. Being that they can drop gold needles leads me to believe that we are probably in for a bad time in regards to petrification. Maybe it's rust birds instead. These ones look really cool though. Again, we could be spending MP to cast offensively. We don't have a black mage, so we're not really too focused. Everyone's damage is fine for basic attacking. Rocking 2 weapons on each of the characters does give us a pretty significant boon to how much damage they're doing. I also remember this area being enormous, which means it's probably much smaller than I remember. No petrification so far. I wonder if it's a spell or an on-hit. Final Fantasy II loved on-hit effects, but we haven't seen any of them, I think, yet in this game. I really don't remember if 3 had any. Oh, cool, we got Arrow. I think Arrow is level 2 magic. I believe it's white magic as well. Unfortunately, we have very, very, very limited white magic to spend right now. My concern going forward in the game is that when I played Final Fantasy II, I think we game over twice or thrice. And I think only one of them was to a boss, and it was like a tough encounter, but still doable. I feel like in this game, if you're behind, you're just behind, and there's really no salvaging it. I'm concerned that when we go to fight a boss in this zone, we might not be prepared. We are now becoming little baby dragons. I think probably food for the baby dragons, or they mistook us as a little egg. Grok, grok, grok. What's that? Russell. Oh my gosh, it's Desh. Whoa, how the heck did you guys get here? Wait, don't tell me. You got captured by the dragon too, didn't you? Ha, losers. Alright, I don't remember Desh calling us losers before. That's rich coming from the dragon's next meal. Touche, I guess you're right. Haha, my name is Dash. That's really funny. I'm Ingus. Gotta be upfront with you all. I've got amnesia. I can't remember things except my own name. I know that I came up here for a reason. I just don't remember what it is. Uh-oh, the dragon's back. Hide. Where are we gonna hide? A dragon attacks from the sky. We don't stand a chance against it. We gotta run. Run for your lives. Would you believe we don't stand a chance against literally Bahamut? Spoiler, we actually really don't stand a chance against Bahamut. Sorry, Inga, see you never. Ew, that was close. Come on, let's get out of here. Agreed. Here, you can have this. It's a spell called Mini. I don't think I've got the magic know-how to use it anyways. In exchange, mind if I tag along on your journey? Sure, if that's what you want to do. Good, it's settled then. Glad to know you all. And now Desh has joined the party. I wonder if Desh will do anything. Probably not, since Princess Sarah didn't. Kind of a shame, but it's okay. Let's get going. We can jump down. Geronimo! That's very cute. How far down are we going to go? Are we just off the mountain already? Unbelievable. That was like several hours for me, I swear. Ooh, interesting. So we ended up separated from the town. I don't remember landing down here. Okay. The healing cups. I'm a gnome from Toza's forest to the south. I'm here to draw magic from this wellspring. Will this get rid of the mini on us is what I'm wondering. Because surely one of these will heal us. It does, okay. Or is that one clearing debuffs? Ah, okay. So we can get our MP back. Being that we have mini on a single character with limited MP, it's a little bit scary to be stuck in mini. Because we don't have an item to cure. I guess we have a few gnomish bread, right? Or do we only have the one? We have 2 of them. Or no, okay, it's not gnomish bread that displays the map. I don't remember what item makes you mini, but there's certainly an item. Displays a detailed map. What does that actually do? I don't know if I ever used that back in the day. It just brings up the map that we have access to all the time now. Oh, wait, but there's icons on it as well. That's super useful. I don't know if I ever took advantage of this. So it looks like to our south, there's 2 different things we can enter down there. We are mini now. So the thing about being mini is we're going to take a tremendous amount of damage from overworld enemies, or really any enemies, because we're so small. But here we are in Tozes, amongst the flowers. Not a familiar face among a lot of you. All right, that's fine. I love their little houses. We're all gnomes here. Can't find a friendlier bunch, no sorry. Dr. Shelko knows about the tunnel to the Meralka Basin. Something's the matter with Dr. Shelko. He says his tummy hurts. He's our only doctor, but there's no way he can treat himself in that condition. Living woods are somewhere out there in the world. I hear that fairies live there and are the cutest things. Very interesting. Oh my gosh, we can enter the doors? I didn't think about that. Gnomish bread has special magical properties. It's got the same effect as the sight spell. One bite of gnomish bread and the whole world will be spread out for you, man. Far out. Oh, okay. Thank you, Stoner Gnome. Very kind of you. I don't know if I ever use gnomish bread normally. I thought it just makes you do no attack damage. I thought you took a lot more damage from physical hits too. It certainly affects your attack damage, but I was thinking that it gunked up your defenses too. I guess I could be wrong about that though. We're only 9 and 10 defense. That does look normal. Maybe I've mixed it up. Certainly you want mages in your party a lot of the time. Because if we're not doing any attack damage, we need to rely on magic. Which I kind of forgot being an important thing. This is probably one of those cases where we're going to want to sell a few things and change jobs a few times. If we're going to have to remain small for a large period of time. We don't want to go too crazy on selling things that we have less than 4 of. We can sell some things, like mithril swords and whatnot, because we can buy them back easily, but the real car is that, like, armor and stuff. If we change our entire team to using the same tier of armor, we're not going to want to, like, have too few of it, I suppose. Okay, so I think we have to go through a dungeon as mini at some point soon. Let's progress through first before I make too many decisions. The magic shop is over there on the right. I didn't even realize that we had a mini map showing stuff here, even though it's been there the whole time. Erg, I need an antidote. Wouldn't you know? We've got you covered on that one. That hit the spot. Something I ate really didn't agree with me. You saved my life. In return, I'll tell you about the shortcut to the Meralka Basin. Just take the stairs over here. They lead straight to the secret tunnel. We did learn Shelko's shortcut. Thank you for blowing down your little gnome wall to allow us through. So we are going to change our job here. We will switch these two over to temporary black mages. Keep in mind that they're job level 1. So they're going to be pretty not good at it, but we're going to have to do a few encounters where we are all many. So they would be doing functionally nothing otherwise. Thankfully, there's a magic shop in here. It appears you can open the house backwards, which is kind of cool. This is the wrong shop. I don't know, I was thinking the magic one was over here. If we can get some basic magic equipped on everyone, we'll be in good shape. Or better shape, at least. Keeping in mind now, though, that Ark and Refia are going to be very, very far behind on what they're capable of. Thankfully, we can just teach Fire and Blizzard respectively, which we have one of each. Grab a Thunder as well, and might as well grab a Sleep to round it out, and we'll teach it to someone. Wonderful, so let's grab our Fire, put that over onto Ark, and then we'll put our Thunder onto... Lunith isn't going to be able to cast Thunder, thinking about it. Lunith's going to be primarily doing Arrow. I guess we'll give it to Ingus then, because Ingus is the only one that could potentially use it. Put Sleep onto Refia, and then Blizzard onto Refia as well. We also need to stay in an inn, which is a little bit more money. Hopefully there's a shop I can sell to here. I think there is. Oh, cool. We can afford it. Never mind. I think it was 80, right? Perfect. So we'll sleep in our little mini bed. It is like super scary that they just have this like bustling... I don't know if metropolis is the right word, but like... they're very small. Even just like an animal walking past would be like kind of a critical event for their entire society. How are we doing on MP? Oh, we have plenty. Apparently black mages get a pretty generous amount. Actually, I'm quite surprised. Their job level is 1. I guess their MP is dictated by their character level and not their job level. Very interesting. My memories, this might be kind of scuffed. Oh, we found mithril bracers up here. We found a vest as well. Why is there so much loot here? A staff and Cura as well. Did I say Cura or Cura? Oh my goodness gracious me, oh my. Glad I randomly saw that exclamation point. We'll give that over to Luneth, who was our primary white mage as of now. Looks like black mages can use knives and bows. I don't think the weapon's going to matter too much, unfortunately. Oh, Iron Arrow has a pretty tremendous amount of damage on it, though. The Fire Staff has the effect of when it's used in battle, it casts fire. So, we now have a way for our white mage to contribute. So we have kind of a team that can go now. Mithril bracers, heck. And then the mithril rod as well. I don't think it matters too much giving mithril rods over to someone. Again, our physical damage is going to be effectively 0, if not literally 0. We'll travel through the Tozis tunnel now. Is our theme different because we're mini? I don't remember that being a thing if that's the case. Very cute if so. Cool, we can AoE the fire staff, which is pretty significant. These demon faces are horrifying. I hope they're not immune to fire. Surely they wouldn't be though. But we'll be spending a pretty tremendous amount of MP through here. I think a lot of the challenge coming through here is making it through the boss without wasting all of your MP when it's very limited. Using that fire staff to KO would be so nice. Ah, it's not quite enough damage. It looks like it's a little bit less. Could be because Luneth's intellect is lower too, being a white mage potentially. I don't know if their spirit is different. I remember that being dramatically longer, as it were. Surprise, surprise, I suppose, on me. I really thought that was much longer. Maybe it's a lot longer in the other game. That could just be it. Either way, we can mini ourselves now and we're free to walk around the world once more with these frankly daunting enemies. They're very harsh about changing jobs in Final Fantasy III, where like you get like I want to say it's like a 90% stat debuff for like 4 fights or something after it. But it doesn't appear to exist here, so I guess we'll just go back to our normal jobs for now. Might as well, right? I guess I over-prepared, but no big deal. Awesome, so let's re-equip here. We'll go for optimal on... Did they remember their gear? Wait, that's crazy. I do not believe that was a thing before. Maybe it was. Huh, really cool if so, though. Cool, 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 cool. So we're looking mighty fine here. I'm gonna use a gnomish bread really quickly. I know we only have the one of them. Okay, I was making sure that area to the left of us wasn't somewhere we had to enter, that patch of grass. Should be good, though. If we can get the sight spell, that will be very nice, too. Vikings Cove. There's some gnarly weapons in here, to my memory. $300 gil is not a gnarly weapon. Just rest in my eyes. Perfectly reasonable. The grog is the only thing holding me together. A Viking ain't a Viking unless you sail in the ocean seas. We're Vikings, pillagers the open sea, or we used to be. A wily old sea dragon showed up after an earthquake and wrecked all of our ships, all but one. The Enterprise was spared. We can't set sail with that monster still out there. That building on the cape is known as Nepto Temple. Pops want to know more about it. Ask him. The boss ain't got a clue how to handle that sea dragon. How's a Viking supposed to fight a monster like that? It's a good question. What can I do for you? So we have a magic seller here who looks like they have the same stuff from the previous town. They're a pink mage though, which is surprising, or perhaps a purple mage instead. Maiden's Kiss is for Toad, I think. It is in fact for clearing Toad. I'll get a few of those. Toad's pretty brutal to have on you. Sure, we'll rest up here. I did change shops again, so it's probably not a terrible idea to do so. The party is well rested. Cool, so Vikings Cove. It looks very similar to my memory. I don't know how to get those secret items on the bottom, though. I wasn't hiding at all. No, I was just waiting for Pops, that's all. What's down here? Sure as you're born, I'm the oldest Viking here. I know more than most about the Neptune Dragon. It's a vicious beast, is meant to sleep in its temple for eternity. But ever since the great earthquake, something's roused the dragon from its slumber. Now it ravages any ship that sails the sea. I don't remember finding so many places that like revive your allies, like the water areas. I wonder if I just missed them. Very well possible. I haven't talked to Desh much. Looks like you all know what you're doing. I think I'll come along. Thundara, Fira, and Blizzara. Getting more tempted to run a black mage with all the magic we're getting. I tried everything, but I just can't win against the sea dragon. If you get rid of that monster, I'll give you anything. I'll even give you the Enterprise. We got a deal? I wouldn't get on a boat right now if I were you. Everyone who sails along the coast gets attacked by the sea dragon. It must be a legendary Nepto dragon from the temple. There's no other explanation. Looking for the boss? That's him over there. He's become a total layabout. Throwing flack at the boss. I ain't born in the Enterprise. Even if it's seaworthy, the sea dragon will just come after us. I could have sworn there was like a really strong axe in this area. Again, it could have just been a different thing from the DS version of this one, though. So I want to say, if you ride this, you'll like get into a fight. I'm gonna see just to be sure, but I think that you get in like an unwinnable battle. That thing is horrifying looking. At least I think it's unwinnable, but I remember going out here and being surprised when I was young. So we can put our ship over here for now and worry about that later. Instead, we can go into the Nepto Temple, which I believe requires us... Oh, one of the eyes is missing. Seems to be a tiny passage where the eye used to be. Maybe we can fit if we use the mini spell. Yes, we do need to be mini to fit into here. The entire party enters through the dragon's eye socket. See, I remember its mouth being open instead. Can we unmini is the question. Oh no, we're stuck as being mini. Alright, cool. You know what? In that case, I don't feel like I over-prepared anymore. This is different than I remember. I don't know if it actually is different, but it's different than I remember at least. Oh, unfortunate. Let's go actually dip out and heal up if we can. I'm gonna just keep play on and see if we can go heal up, since two of our black mages are gonna have no MP otherwise. I guess our defense is normal. Why do all of these, like, rats have, or I guess, like, whatever the heck the other thing is, have powerful magic? Like, I get it, it's Final Fantasy Land, so it's not that bizarre. It's a little bit bizarre still. It's so strange. It's like, a lot of this game feels very familiar to me, but other parts, it's either a lapse in my memory or just a difference in the games. I don't remember if we could use a bed here. I doubt we can use boss's bed. Not being able to get MP back here would be really troublesome, though. Ah, there's an inn here. Wonderful, right? We could pay for it. Which we certainly shall. 40 gil is totally affordable. I can't imagine there's too many people coming through the Vikings area, though, to try to get a bed. Especially now with the Nepto Dragon, which is being kind of a jerk, to be honest. Where does it get off? We will just try to flee here. An easy escape for us. And again, now that we're minied too, we're saving a little bit of MP. Because we don't have to re-menu when we're right here. But there are, again, a few situations where you need to be a specific debuff to get through an area, and this is one of them. So kind of encourages your team heavily to be, right, you can't learn fire. So you're not a red major. You can learn it, but not to use it. We will instead go and use the fire staff we gave you, like that, and then we will do AoE magic across the board. I don't really have a better solution for this other than hoping that they die in one cast of a spell. Looks like no one can wear it currently, which is just black mage and red mage, admittedly. Cool to know that. We'll have to remember that when we switch jobs back. But for now, we will AoE magic and hopefully clean it up quick. This particular group of enemies seems kind of nasty. Though still perfectly reasonable and a bunch of experience for us. The Serpent Sword, another cool addition, but not the most useful for us right now, as we are all miniaturized. That Bloodworm is kind of horrifying. The world is much scarier when you're mini. That could just be like a normal, like, worm-sized worm, but it really does not look like one to us currently. And regardless if that was a normal worm-sized worm, I still wouldn't really want to mess with it. It kind of freaks me out. We're doing just fine on stats currently, getting through the dungeon. This dungeon was also like 4 million times longer when I was young, I swear. It is a giant rat. No, no gem for you. I'll nibble anyone who tries to take it, Squeak. Buddy, I'm taking your gem. I don't think we have to retarget. Currently our spells are in AoE mode. I think they'll default to single target mode. But I'm going to go for deliberately single targeting anyways. This way hopefully you can find out if it's particularly weak to blizzard or fire. I'm going to bet they're probably pretty similar. We also, I think, have one Antarctic wind left we could theoretically use. So it's a 49 from a fire, a 96 from a blizzard. So blizzard absolutely takes the cake on what we should be casting. Could drop the other Antarctic wind we have as well. You know, it might as well. I think this is a pretty threatening battle in general. Oh, I didn't mean to attack him. I meant to use the fire staff. That Thundara hit quite hard. I was thinking this fight would already be over, to be honest. I think I'm too FF2 brained, although I don't think we're particularly far off, for the record. This fight was tough for me, though. I do like the situation where you're just dramatically smaller, so something that would normally be kind of mundane is a real problem. I could use some Antarctic wind here. That's kind of a valid take, to be honest. I don't disagree with him. Sure, we'll do the same thing. I will say, granted, our black mages weren't built up, but this fight was still longer than I would have expected it to go. But either way, we made it through. The giant rat was defeated. Luna's job level reaches 10, Ingus is 11, Ark and Raphia's hits 2 for those black mages, and some experience for everyone for the road. And then the Nepto Eye, which is a much bigger eye than we have any right carrying, but we will successfully grab it. Now we must egress. If you fight while miniaturized, you gotta use magic. You'll find it tough going. Black mages know a ton of strong spells. You're totally right about that, Dash. You're more of a walking tutorial than I remember you being, though. I like that you're smaller than usual and the rat is also bigger than usual. See, that's where the problems come in. Because already that'd be like, oh wow, that's kind of a big rat. But now that it's like a really big rat, it's a problem. I think I might have just single targeted fire on Ingus. Alright, either way, it doesn't matter. We get through the fight just fine. We have tons of MP. I swear it was tougher many, many moons ago. Also, I swear there was more places to go in here. Again, it's so bizarre. I think it's just because I was so bad at Final Fantasy. And just really, I mean, I'm not much better than I was forever ago. But it's cool seeing, like, everything again. It's almost like I'm going to, like, a Disney World attraction of something that I really, like, knew super well forever ago, if that makes sense. Like a Lilo and Stitch or something. I guess I didn't know Lilo and Stitch that well. But I like the movie. I'd be like, oh yeah, that's that character from that part in the movie. Maybe that's a bad analogy, but it kind of makes sense. Alright, so now that we're here, we can return the Nepto Dragon's Eye to its rightful place. Probably don't want to put the canoe in there, so we'll put the missing eye in the empty socket instead. It is I, Nepto the Sea Dragon. Thank you for returning my eye. It is no ordinary gem, it is a vessel for my soul. Without it, my physical manifestation cannot be controlled. By way of thanks, I bequeath you the Fang of Water. Use its power to destroy those obstacles that may block your path. I remember this existing. I don't remember what we're going to use it to destroy exactly, but it's probably good to have. Water has lost that which once shimmered within. That which caused the great earthquake also trapped the light of the elements deep within the earth. I beseech you, please restore our light. The Nepto Dragon returned to its slumber. I would say that was a pretty successful endeavor. We can now deminify ourselves and return to our normal job roles, because I think that's probably the last point we're going to need to be many, at least for now. I don't remember when it might happen again. Raphael will go back to being a warrior as well. Oh, it looks like it automatically had the Serpent Sword and Shell Armor. It looks like when you switch jobs, you automatically equip the optimal stuff. Interesting. Rather than a memory, it's just kind of grabbing it with the new stuff. I mean, it's convenient enough, might as well. Convenient for going through. Let's go back here and see what people say. You got guts, I'll tell you that. Thanks. No problem. Color me impressed, so brave, so strong. You lot are bona fide heroes. A Viking's word is his bond. The Enterprise is yours. Thank you for the Enterprise. Oh my word, you really are the bee's knees. Oh my word, you really are the bee's knees. Thank you, I know. I've been told that I'm a pair of insect knees before. Very kind of you to notice. We'll go check with the people here. I know this person had stuff to say about Nepto before. You younglings have done what none of us could and assuage the dragon's ire. Thank you, no problem. Kind of what we do is assuaging people's ire. I wouldn't say it's the only thing we do, but it's certainly up there. I'm guessing these all say you got guts. They certainly do. We'll stay at the end really quick. I would say that they should totally offer us free in-stay now that we dealt with their problem, but I think we also took like their last boat, so they're not really pirating that hard anyways. Maybe they have more boats. Either way, they probably need to save up for another boat after losing this one. I just vaguely remembered you could click that. I don't know the point of clicking that, but I did vaguely remember that you could click it, so I clicked it. I could have sworn there was like a Viking axe or something in a shop here. Very strange. Wonder where that memory came from. Of all the things combined, I don't think I've ever seen a bugbear before. That's an interesting one. Bizarre. Probably not my go-to combination mythical creature, but it's certainly different. But now we have access to the open world ocean, which is, again, much quicker than I remember it being. Hello, what's over here? Let's go check in. This is Tokol. Ah, mercy, there's nothing here of value, I swear. I don't remember Tokol too well. That person just ran straight into the forest when we showed up, which is not what we're looking for. One of the soldiers dropped this banner after they attacked our village. It bears the crest of Argus. King Argus? That can't be right. Beyond the desert, far, far to the west, is a village full of eccentric people who claim to be descended from the ancients, whatever that means. That's true. There's a monstrous evil roaming the western desert. It's a huge tree, a tree that moves on its own, I tell ya. I do remember a walking tree. The mayor of Tokol lives here. If you want to know about our plight, you should ask him. Ow, ow, ow. I'm the mayor of this town. We've been beset by soldiers coming from the western desert since the quake. They seize our food supplies and capture our able-bodied citizens. The town is on its knees and there's nothing we can do to stop them. There's a hidden staircase in the hearth that leads to a storeroom with a weapon and a few other things. We're peaceful folk and no one's prepared to fight. Please take what you need to save our town. So they took our food supplies and captured our able-bodied citizens. Interesting. So we need to go to the western desert to deal with whatever these soldiers are. Which apparently are using King Argus's banner, which is not quite right. So, the Kenpo Gi is a piece of armor. Ah, okay. Sentatsuken. Oh, you can use two different nunchucks. I was assuming that they took both hands. Okay, a Sentatsuken is a staff, actually. I would love to know how using dual wooden weapons and a 3-section staff, but you know what? You're making it work. I kind of thought like nunchucks necessitated 2 hands though. I guess they don't technically. You can just use it like a flail sword. I don't know. I don't know how weapons work. Okay, cool. So there's not many places to go in here. You leave again? Okay, they do. Sorry, I couldn't help but check. Did we pop into this room? I don't remember being here, so we'll poke around really quick. Okay, so you just went into the furnace, which is alarming. Please spare the child. Oh, brutal. No, we're not doing that stuff. Oh, you're not with the soldiers. My apologies. I assume those brutes were back to finish what they started. They took my husband captive and headed into the desert. They bore crests of King Argus. Pray that my husband is unharmed. Please let him still be alive. Fingers crossed. We certainly must go to the desert and deal with this problem, though. This is pretty significant. Doesn't look like there's much more else for us to do here. We've poked through all of the houses and everything. So, I guess we'll head to the desert right away. I mean, we didn't go too far with the ship. We have other places. That's kind of horrifying. We'll do a quick save here. Oh, we can't reach it. Now I wish I had gnomish bread. That is a pair of arms with a mouth that flies. Which one is the knocker, which one's the flyer, and which one's the gorgon? That was the knocker, that's the flyer, that makes sense. Hey Sandy Cool Gaming, how's it going? Okay, cool. So let's cure up really quick. I feel like this is perhaps the wrong path. Is this the first time I'm gonna get lost? I really wish I bought more gnomish bread. I was a fool. They said they came from the desert, so let's investigate the desert more. There could be a part of it that I missed, or perhaps a entry somewhere that I did not notice. They could have also said west past the desert as well. The enemies aren't ridiculously strong, but they're fairly strong. The gorgons in particular seem like they're tough to KO. We're kind of getting to the point in FF3 where my memory, I don't want to say it completely disappears, but it may as well. It certainly gets much cloudier from this point onward. Up to getting Deshin doing the Viking stuff is where like everything makes sense, and now it's kind of getting confused. I mean, obviously we know what we have to do or want to do. We want to somehow get up to there, but we just do not know how to do so, so we must figure it out. Can use our boat to travel along the coastline as well. Some sort of town here. Here's where the fairies are. These woods are alive. The elder tree of these woods was cursed and carved in the shape of a monstrous castle. Now it wanders the desert aimlessly. You must help. The mage who changed the elder tree into a wandering creature can change his weakness. Only one who can see through deception will be able to defeat him. If you're behind, he uses the barrier shift spell to change his weakness. Where are the fairies who inhabit these woods? I hear the cries of the woods. They weep for the elder tree that made these woods for its home 10,000 years. That great tree was cursed by a despicable mage and left the woods behind. The royal advisor of Castle Argus is the one who cursed the elder tree to wander the land. Without the elder tree, these woods will soon perish. Our home, our friends, the trees will wither away. That's super bad news. We should probably do something about that tree. But how do we reach the tree? We could theoretically canoe and go around this area here. I don't think we can canoe up a waterfall, though. Sure, we'll just do some normal combat here. I don't know how strong the lizard men are going to be. They look like they'd be kind of straight out of, like, Dragon Ball, kind of. Although I haven't seen Dragon Ball in... Like, actually, you watch Dragon Ball? It's certainly been over 20 years. It's been a long heckin' time. Okay, we can't go up there. I mean, an indiscriminate amount of years. Oh, I totally remember a spooky thing in the water over there, too. Looks like we can't go any further. I don't remember what the deal with it was. Already fighting the mini-boss from Castle Sasune, apparently. Thankfully, we're much stronger now, so it shouldn't be any issue to get through it. 3 griffins are nothing. Do want to be a little bit careful of our health, obviously, because if we're going to be auto-battling with basic attacks, it's a little bit dangerous. It doesn't look like we can go anywhere else, though. How do we get up there? Perhaps there's someone we didn't talk to. Dash, do you know anything? Isn't King Argus supposed to know something about airship engines? So you're not wrong about that. And you're totally right. And that's crazy that you would be as right as you are. Do we really get an airship already? I guess it would make sense if we can't reach it. I was pretty confident it would take us a while still. Some job level ups for us as well. I think job levels go up to 99 or 100. Either we do have a boat, so we can certainly travel back. We were trapped from going back before. Is this a seahorse? Is that what this is supposed to be? They're like, what enemy are we gonna make? And they're like, well, how about a seahorse? Now I want to see a sea lion next. Stare applies sleep, which did not last through a turn, but good to know that's what stare does. I couldn't quite remember. I thought stare was paralysis for some reason. Cool, so we're back on familiar lands over here. We'll go over to Castle Sasune. Still can't get over how much like solid damage our white mage has. I know it's like a little bit lower now, but getting those mithril rods or whatever they were quite strong. Alright, so what do we have going on up here? They have so many floors. Oh, heck. I mixed... Of course you're King Sasune. Why do you think you were King Argus? I guess we can check on Sarah. Do we know where Argus Castle is then? Is it to the west further? It's probably to the west further, I would guess. That would make sense. I don't know why I was coming back to this king. I just saw the word king and I assumed we'll check on Sarah. I'm sure she's missed us probably. And has something very insightful to say. I have to say here with my father, would that I could travel with you, but it'd be on in your way. Your Highness, come back if you finish journey. I'll be waiting for you. All right, never mind. I guess it's a little bit insightful, but it's the same information that it's before. I really don't remember where Castle Argus is. I guess that's a good thing. The less that I remember, the more, what's the word? I don't think organic is the right word. Because I don't care if it's like... I'm just playing it and talking about stuff I remember from many, many moons ago in the DS version. But it's cool to like kind of have to go at it without too much information, I suppose. I don't love that our white mage walks off the boat to successfully attack. That does feel fairly dangerous. I mean, it's kind of a power move too. Thinking about it, they are killer fish, which are just on the side of our boat. So it does make sense that we might have to dip our Tootsie Rolls over into the water. Alright, let's head west and explore around a little bit. See if we can find something. Still doing just fine on stats, plus the experience doesn't hurt or anything. Ideally, we don't want to be too lost, though. And get too much experience. It's probably like right here, I just didn't go far enough. Oh, Chocobo Woods. Smells like chocobos. Oh, do we need to use a Gishel Green or whatever it's called? Heck, we don't have any. Huh, strange. So we can take one for free as well. So we should be free to travel around and look, but do I really want to make a giant circle around all of, like, existence? Kind of. I mean, I've already committed, right? It's just like a leisurely walk around with the chocobo. We probably don't want to get off the chocobo. I feel like that'd be a dangerous venture. Kind of daunting, too, that you can just kind of fall off the continent. Is there really nothing out here? I mean, then again, if we get off the chocobo, it's going to be so hard to get back. There's a town that you can only reach from boat, which we could theoretically reach that town, so keep that in mind. I was hoping to see what looked like a castle that we could go to. I mean, I guess maybe the king could just be in that small town over there instead? Because we haven't seen any castles. If they sell gnomish bread, we're certainly going to buy some more. Good work, Chocobo. That's some good intel, though. There's a town on the east that we can reach. Oh, this is the village of the ancients. We're descendants of the ancients, creators of civilization. You know what? We live in harmony with nature, as is our creed. Chocobo nests in the forest due east of here. Have you been there by any chance? I certainly... Look, you're not going to believe what I just did, actually. Jokes aside, I just took a chocobo literally around the entire world. You actually went and did it. You made it all the way around the continent on a chocobo. Here's your prize. Oh my gosh, it's a gnomish bread. What are the odds of that? I love that for me so much. That is awesome. I'm so glad that not only did I do something that I thought was kind of dumb, but it paid off effectively instantly with something that I wanted instantly. These are all very, very expensive, actually. Nice to see that we have elemental staffs available, as well as a much stronger bow. Interestingly enough, it doesn't look like... I mean, maybe we can equip this bow on our warrior. It doesn't have an accuracy or a damage change, I should say, like an arrow thingy. Unlike the staves which show up. I guess because it's a different type of weapon, perhaps. Very interesting. Everything is so expensive, though. I feel like we don't nearly have enough gil to do what I want. What can I do for ya? Mage armor. It's got intellect and spirit on it, too. I don't remember what agility or stamina would do, though. Alright, let's talk to some more of the people here in the village itself. The Wrath of Light, a catastrophic flood of power, was caused by the ancients. They used the crystals to harness the power of light, but struggled to contain its burgeoning energy. Light was unleashed in the world, causing untold ruination to all of humanity. In the end, 4 warriors from the world of darkness came and subdued the flood of power. The few remaining ancients regrouped and came to live here in this village. Very interesting. Warriors of darkness, it seems. Would you believe me if I said the whole continent was floating in the air? It's true. The ancients discovered a way to suspend the very earth. A wonder that continues to this day. The Tower of Owen provides the power that keeps us afloat. We have but one rule. Surrender to the greater will of the world. One cannot rely on modern machinery. Light and dark are living forces when the time is right. They choose 4 young heroes unto whom they bequeath their powers. The warriors of dark were 4 such people, chosen to save the world from the wrath of light. But the balance has shifted once more. It is up to you to restore the light. Do not abuse this awesome power. It is kind of an awesome power, and I will do my best to not abuse it. Okay, so we don't need a revival, so we'll just dip out of there really quick. I think we've checked all the places here, so while this was an interesting lore job about the warriors of darkness, not quite what we need, but we do have a gnomish bread, and I'm going to use the gnomish bread, and it's going to give us all the answers. Nice of you to interact with every NPC. I want to hear what they have to say. Certainly, I don't think I could have made it through Final Fantasy 1 or 2 without it either. Alright, so let's quickly heal up, and then we'll use that gnomish bread and see if we can figure out where I assume Castle Argus is. It's possible as well that we don't need Castle Argus. I'm really drawing blanks on it. Could also need to go back to Cid potentially, but let's use this now. Okay, we can absolutely access 2 of those things very, very easily via boat. Now, peculiarly enough, the gnomish bread does not actually show an icon on that town to the east of us. I wonder why. Now I'm even more tempted to go there. Let's grab our ship and go around. We should be fine a bit stuck here. I'm glad we're finally getting some HP. Granted, the enemies are also getting more damage, but it's nice that I don't feel like we could die in a single encounter with some bad luck. Granted, there could be much worse encounters. I don't remember how the sea encounters will be. Okay, this is totally Castle Argus, but I think I'm still going to explore a little bit more. Wonderful. But we know that someone in Castle Argus is doing some not so nice things, so they might not be happy to see us. We'll have to see. Perhaps the king is unaware. Hall of the Round Table. Wait, no one's here. Oh, but we can go out here instead. How strange. I really don't remember so much water being a thing for healing. So if Castle Argus is empty, there could be more in Castle Argus we didn't see yet, but it seems like it's empty, right? So bizarre. I guess we'll keep poking around. Maybe Desh is around so we can ask Desh for advice when going through areas too. I know Desh said the thing about the airship, so it makes sense. And now that we've visited Castle Argus, maybe Desh will say something. What would have happened to everyone? Like, surely the entire castle shouldn't be empty. Luminous Jobs hit 14. Either way, let's go ahead and sail to the north and see what that other place was up here. Oh, we can't go out yet. Okay, those hermits are kind of horrifying. Like, I get it. They're like hermit crabs, but they're like hermit demons instead, but they're freaky. Angus's job up to 15. The Tower of Owen. Oh, this is where everyone is frogs. So we don't have Toad yet. So I don't think we can actually do anything here for now. Good to know where this is, but that's also like the thing that has the power to keep us floating as a continent, which feels really dangerous to run out of. I'm guessing we cannot go up here because of this. Unfortunately, it's looking like a no. Very interesting. I guess we can return back to Sid potentially too. But surely we need to talk to the king somehow. Alright, cool. So we will cure up a little bit over here. I mean, it's very easy to visit Sid. If nothing else, the boat makes it very convenient. Though we are locked inside here, so our answer must be somewhere around here. Kind of reminds me of those like escape room type of games where you're like, there's got to be an answer to the puzzle somewhere. Refuge job increased to 14 as well. We can go check out what Bahamut's doing. Okay, so we've been to the Gnome Village. Oh. So Dash, sorry, there's something I have to do. I'll be waiting for your return. I remember Dash and like Dash's wife or girlfriend having more relevance when I played the DS version forever ago, but it's been a long time. It is in fact Final Fantasy Friday. How's it going, Q? I gotta go up to Sid's house. Although I still don't think this is necessarily correct. There could be something up here. I also want to speak to Dash more. Isn't King Argus supposed to know something? Yeah, but he wasn't in Argus Castle. Okay, we're good. Sid doesn't need to help us too much right now. I wonder what happened with Argus Castle. Surely they should be there. I mean, they could be in the Yggdrasil looking tree as well. It had to have been in that town to the east of the desert. Unless we could find bandits in the desert somewhere. It could be an unmarked part in the desert. Heck, I don't remember looking there. It could just be in the desert somewhere. We might have to just walk through the desert and see if we can find it. I could believe that being true. I think we investigated Tokkul pretty well. We've seen the ancients. King Argus's banner. Soldiers coming from the western desert. All right, let's go see if we can find soldiers in the desert. It might just be an unmarked tile or something. Not unmarked, but you know what I mean. Like, it's like a tile in the desert that looks a little bit suspicious. That's my best guess right now. So let's investigate the desert. It also might not be. But if soldiers are coming from the desert, they could also technically be up in the tree. But let's investigate around, because it's possible they're just somewhere. I was so sure I was going to be here as soon as I walked over. Mildly less depressed than usual, and work is not the worst today. That's what we're here for. Glad to hear. And nothing else we're kind of catching up on. I don't know if we were behind on experience, but we'll certainly have a lot more now, getting lost for a little bit. Can I use arrow magic to fly up there? So surely it's not somewhere in the desert then. What else are we missing? Job level up is nice. I think job level might help determine how many hits you do with a weapon. So it's never bad to have the job levels either way, even though our stat growth too, obviously. Even if the stats are like baseline, having job level is still significant. And for casters, of course, having more MP is nice. But I do think that is actually tied to normal level. I was pretty confident it was supposed to be job level too, but I guess I just misremembered. It was a very, very long time ago. They must be coming from the tree. Right. I feel like I'm losing my mind here. I tried to go with like what I'd consider to be the more obvious spots on him. Could have been in the Ancients. So we need to find King Argus. All right, let's take like a checklist of what we need to do, right? We gotta find King Argus, who will tell us how to get a better airship. Presumably the airship will help us get to the flying thingy. There's an empty Castle Argus. Oh, we can actually go explore more up there. Wait. Look next to Castle Argus up there. Which one's Castle Argus? There it is. It looks like we can go to the west, and I think there might have been something up there. That's where we need to go, almost certainly. If nothing else, we can explore there. Going camping with my dad and brother this weekend, actually leaving a little bit in their Pixie Lands. Oh, have fun camping. That seems like it'd be a fun time. I haven't been camping in so long. I used to go camping with my mom and my sister forever ago. Can you stop putting our team to sleep? I guess sleep is like one of the most or more mundane debuffs, but still, if you could chill on that, that would be so nice. Alright, real mature. Alright, let's go up there and see if there's something. That's the best lead I have. Hopefully we can figure it out without too much trouble, because we were kind of schmoving and grooving before. I think this is the first time we've had a preemptive strike. Maybe it wasn't the first time. Oh, there is a cave there, but also a spot here, which is almost certainly something. So we've got things to do. Okay, this is another Chocobo Woods. I wonder what the point of using a Gishel Grain is if we can just take them normally. Surely the grain would be for taking a Chocobo, but maybe there's a benefit to it. However, this is to the west of Castle Argus, so maybe they evacuated the castle and are here? I mean, that's better than nothing. Seems like they check it up about which side of the screen you're fighting on. I kind of love it. Keeps me on my toes. I don't know if I feel like there's a correct or wrong side. Golgan Gulch. We stayed sequestered away in this gulch. For those who know the future should not dare influence fate. When crimson flames threaten the tower's destruction, he who alters fate's course will awaken to his destiny. Oh, I know what that means. I sense the fire crystal's power is centered on the island of the dwarves. The Earth's power sealed away the other three sources of light. The Earth crystal may have been sealed away in a similar fashion. This is Golgan Gulch. We make up for our lack of vision with a sixth sense. Some of our kind can even see the future. We serve the Wind Crystal, a source of light. Then that whose power has been bestowed upon you. Henceforth, you must go to the crystals of fire, water, and earth. It'll grant you greater powers than you already possess. It's true, we do get greater powers. The great earthquake was only the beginning. The tremors tore the land asunder, and the crystal sources of the world's light were swallowed into the depths as a monster emerged from the chasm now scarring the earth. Yet, that was nothing compared to the catastrophe to come. I see a future of both light and darkness. This is by no means set in stone. The living woods, the sentient forest calls to you. It's true. But like, how do I reach it? Hello. I been expecting you. Take this spell and use it to enter the Tower of Owen to the north. Okay, we don't go there yet. Perfect, thank goodness. I was like really feeling super lost. Your destiny awaits you there, Dash. It truly does, Dash. So anyways, take this orb. It'll turn you into frogs. Trust me, you're gonna need it. It's your destiny. Great, thank you very much. Okay, so let's go up to the tower. I suppose we'll just take the boat. It'll be slightly faster, depending on how high the encounter rate is and how strong the things are we fight. Please stop staring at us. I guess it's better than paralysis. Actually, it might be like identical. No, see, we wake up from one hit of sleep, so it's probably better. I'm guessing we take 50% more damage when we get awoken from sleep. That feels familiar to me. Alright, cool. A bunch of job level ups. We're looking pretty good on stats. I really want to get another job crystal. I know it's very soon. Ironically, this took me like many hours to get to this point in the game. So it feels to me like I'm rushing through, but I imagine this is just normal. So now, let us go ahead and teach Toad over to our white mage. My poor glasses. And now we're all frogs. Frogs are kind of pog, though. I thought we could talk to the frogs for some reason. I mean, we can talk to all of them. Okay, so now we are not going to want to fight. I think while we're toaded, we can't do basically anything. It's a much more advanced version of Minnie being awful. I really like the frogs, though. What I should do is formation everyone to the back line while we're toads. Actually, that's a good idea, right? Should take time to talk to the other frogs just in case. I don't think there's any of them that we missed, but what if there was a frog that was sentient? Glasses are for nerds. Look, glasses are for having vision. If wanting to see the world makes me a nerd, then I don't know what to tell you. Oh, we can't actually cast Cure either. Well, I'm glad we bought some potions. Are we like walking? We are bipedal toads. I don't know why that surprises me a little bit. All right, we're frogs now. Let's get going. So I believe we can untoad now. Thank goodness. Imagine doing the entire dungeon like the mini one. Cool, so let's fix up our formation. Put everyone to the front except for Luneth, our white mage. Welcome to the Tower of Owen. I hope you like it here, for it shall be your final resting place. This place looks familiar. I can love dash. I'm sorry. So we get a preemptive strike. I almost just fleed, but we'll switch back over to basic attacking. Holy cow, our damage is getting so high. I don't remember running Monk basically ever. I don't know if you get Monk at the start of Final Fantasy 3DS. That's something that's very interesting about it, is the jobs are different, at least a little bit. We got the Maiden's Kiss, which is certainly a cure for Toad. We're really heckin' strong now, though. Super interesting to me still that, like, going from 2 to 3, magic in 2, if enemies used it, it was such a non-factor. You were happy if an enemy started casting in 2. But at least here so far, they're doing a lot more damage with him. Hee hee hee. Wait, I remember, I am an ancient. Uh-oh. We got Tearfing. Is that a knife, is it? Or is it a sword, perhaps? Surely it's something. Turfing, maybe? A slender sword with a piercing tip. Oh, it's another one of those swords that only the red mage can use. How interesting. I didn't realize there'd be a few of those. That's so cool. Fire red mage is so cool. They just do everything. You've got offensive power with like basic attacking. You've got 2 different schools of magic. Doesn't get any better. Few job level ups as well. Your soul shall wander these sodden halls forever. I don't really call it sodden. I guess kinda. Not really though. I remember now. There's a hidden switch on the 5th floor. It's on the 8th section of wall from the left. What floor is this? 8th section of wall from the left. That's a crazy way to say it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one? Okay, I wasn't so good at counting in my defense. I know I counted it, but I guess I skipped one somewhere. I wonder if maybe it feels so much shorter because of the lack of plot between things. Maybe it's not that meaningfully different though. I don't know. It's very strange having the plot be different. A maiden's kiss as well for the road. As long as we get against petite mages only. I mean, they're honestly, the 84s they rip are kind of significant. If they opt to Blizzara the same person twice, like, if we're not topped off, that could just be a KO. I'm gonna say these are kind of free fights, but not so free when they start smacking the damage together. Playing 3, though, does give me a very big appreciation for how unique the leveling system is in 2. I do like the jobs from 3 a lot. Like, I really, really do. But 2 is just so unique. I really, really like it in retrospect now. I like it while playing it, too. A bomb fragment. I think bomb fragment is the fire equivalent of our Antarctic wind, maybe. It might also be neutral. But I think it's one of those use items that does damage. Which are super duper useful, by the way. We're in the 8th floor of the Tower of Owen now. Grabbing some more loot. This is going so much faster than I remember it being. Which is probably just going to be the sentiment for the entire playthrough for me. I can't help it. There's so much loot. I will say to the benefit of Final Fantasy III, 2 was just so obsessed with like only having a bunch of chests that are effectively empty and with monsters in it. Flame mail's kind of cool too. Sure, we'll throw the flame mail there as well. Bomb fragment doesn't allow you to summon Bomberman L. I would be surprised if it did, although Link was in the first Final Fantasy. Oh, the animation for that looks so nice though. I don't know if Bomberman existed at this point. Maybe it did. Bomberman does go crazy though. Zeus's Wrath. I'm almost certain that's the lightning variant of the use item. We're already at the top. There's no chance. I, Medusa, will destroy this tower in the name of Xande. Xande? I actually have no idea how to say that. I've read it a gazillion times. The continent will plummet from the place in the skies. Hee hee hee. You will not interfere, now die. We really showed up at the right time. Okay, I didn't think you were going to be a disembodied head with a bunch of snakes. It does kind of make sense, though. I think you look exactly like you do in the DS version of the game. Cool, 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 cool. So I guess we'll rip an arrow to start. As well as a thunder. Yeah, we'll just see where the everything kind of falls. Arrow's really good damage. Glad we brought some gold needles. It does make sense that you are capable of doing that. Really in character for being Medusa, for sure. I don't remember how much thunder hit. I think it was actually surprisingly low. Arrow seems quite good, though. Wait, what? Did I use the wrong item? I must have selected the wrong item. Oh, I used eye drops. Heck. Absolute blunder. Gold needle. There we go. How are we doing on health? Looks like we're totes fine so far. We'll go for an attack instead. Still, our damage is kind of rocking, to be honest. There we go. I'll do an AoE heal here preemptively and then just spam some normal attacks, I think. I think we're in pretty good shape. Outside of like an AoE stare, which could be dangerous, or I guess not stare. Whatever the paralysis thing was or stone thing was. Surely was stare. I'm really surprised the sprites are the exact same ones from Final Fantasy 1. I mean, it's awesome because I came from playing Final Fantasy 1 Pixel Remaster, you know, a few months ago now. But I'm still surprised they're the same. It's very cool. I don't think it's a bad thing in the slightest. I'm surprised Fiora missed. I'm a little bit concerned with Ark's health right now. So if it goes another turn, all right, cool. I was gonna say we should probably heal up, but I think we're on a Clobbering Medusa right now. Sweet, bunch of job level ups, bunch of experience as well, and some gil for the road. I don't want to step forward, but I know I must. The flames lick and flare wildly. An explosion looks imminent. No, don't go near. I remember now. I'm one of the remaining ancients, the watchman of this tower. I was only supposed to awaken if something happened to the tower, but I was asleep for so long my memories were scrambled when I woke up. I forgot my purpose. This doesn't look good. I think I know how to stabilize the flames, but only I can do it from inside the reactor. I have no choice. This tower is the only thing keeping the continent afloat. If it blows, we'll fall right out of the sky. This is farewell. Thanks for all your help. Dash, stop. You'll die. This part really upset me as a kid. This is my destiny. Don't worry. Once I repair the furnace, that whirlpool should stop as well. Then you can search for the Dwarven Island. That's where you'll find the fire crystal. Once I'm in, I'll warp you all outside. It's been a blast, literally. Now then, here I go. Poor Dash. Like, he's kind of like... He's not a jerk per se. But he's kind of like abrasive and then does like the heroic thing anyways. Oh, I love Dash so much. Poor Dash. However, now we have the freedom to travel further. Thank goodness everyone relevant seems to know Warp. That is quite useful for our adventures. Great, great. So now we have freedom. I'm very, very curious about that place to the east. So I think I'm going to go there first just because it didn't show up on the map. We're going so many places so fast. I guess that's the difference between playing 1 and 2 and 3 so far, is that at least I have some knowledge of 3. Yes, we did not in fact run VV. I considered running a Black Mage, but Red Mages are just so cool. We'll have a chance to potentially play Black Mage later on though. I mean, we've run a couple Black Mages at certain parts, but not for our primary party. Sweet, so a little bit of experience for everyone. I really want to know what this town is. It's probably nothing, but I'm super interested. Okay, I was totally wrong. This is apparently where Gashiel Greens come from. I tend this flock. You know, I told you not to go over there. There's such a handful, but that's the job, I suppose. Come back here, you woolly nuisance. That's very cute. Oh, it's a white mage at the shop this time instead of a black mage. I wonder if that's the first time. So we have Libra, which displays HP and weaknesses. That's going to be useful because we were told that the boss was going to have shifting weaknesses. So I'd like to pick up a Libra. What does she do? With paralysis, ice damage. Gradual petrification is interesting. I don't really know what it means by gradual. Silence could be useful as well, but I'm reluctant. Level 4 black magic's cool, but I just don't think we'll have an opportunity to run it anytime soon. Without a black mage, I don't know when our red mage will be capable of doing level 4 magic. But it's kind of a toss-up. How many years have it been since we've had visitors? Hardly anyone traveled all the way out here. I mean, you are very isolated from the world, and there is a whirlpool separating you from the internal area. Fat Chocobo can store up items in his tummy. Convenient, but so unhygienic. I'm an answer, let me show you. Yeah, go for it. I can't remember the other dances we've seen. Surely that's different because of the limited space. Why are the dancers a thing? I'll play the piano. Okay, we're kind of ripping it now versus the last time we played it. I'm glad that we're like really adept at piano so that we can just show up at like bars and stuff and show off. 120 gil, it's fairly expensive. We'll do it though, I think it's probably worth it. I guess it's not that expensive, but I'm thinking about all the cool stuff we can buy instead. So there are some Gysahl greens here. I don't really know what they're going to be used for if we can just take the chocobos out normally. My assumption would be you spend the greens, you can take a chocobo. Wait, what did it say on it? Did it say a certain chocobo's favorite snack? A certain bird's favorite snack. Okay, I was thinking potentially it could be for Fat Chocobo, but I don't remember Fat Chocobo at all from Final Fantasy 3. DS, parentheses. How many years has it been since we've had visitors? Hardly anyone travels all the way out here. I did speak to you before. Very sorry. What do we got going over here? The Chocobo Chamber in Giselle. Tell you a secret, you know how all Chocobos love Giselle greens, right? Geisel greens? I'm never gonna say that, right? Well, here's how to find the leader of the Chocobo flock that lives in Chocobo Forest. Put a bushel of greens in the tree in the middle of the forest. If you're lucky, you may get a glimpse of the big fella. I don't remember Fat Chocobo at all. I must have never done this before, or it's a not in the DS thing, maybe. But it probably was. Hey. Can't just traipse all over my prized veggies. Oh, I'm sorry. That was in fact my bad. I was just excited. I saw vegetables and I knew I had to walk there. It doesn't appear that we can access the sluice up there and get in there. So I think we might have looked basically everywhere. Did we check the house in the upper left? I do not remember. Another shop here. I don't remember magic keys at all. I guess we'll buy a few magic keys. I was gonna say, what do you only sell keys? But you might actually only sell keys. Kind of reminds me, I want to say it was Final Fantasy 1 where you just get like the magic key or whatever and then can magically go through all these doors that existed before. Huh, very weird. I don't remember magic keys at all. Alright, well, we found some Giselle greens, so maybe we can use them somewhere. I mean, we know where we can use them, I just don't really know the value. They did say that the big Chocobo stores things, so is that like an item storage system? But why would we exactly want that? Okay, so I commented before about how we fought seahorses, because they were like literal horse-like fish, but these are actually seahorses, which look neither like the sea or a horse. So I'm a little bit shocked to see that this revelation has come to pass. It does appear that we do have some level 4 magic, but just not much of it, so I'm not going to waste the gil right now. So there should be nothing else notable over here. I believe they said it was an island for one of the crystals. So I'm guessing it's that area in the northwest. I said it was like the gnome or dwarf island, I believe. It might not have been an island, I could be mistaken, but I want to go over there next anyways. It seems like the logical place to travel to. We'll see Giselle though. I don't know if that exists in any other Final Fantasy games. So I've obviously heard of the greens before, but just never the actual place. Back from my meeting, how's the FF3 been? Sorry, I might have caught that a little bit late, T, but it's been good so far. Different and a lot quicker pace than I remember it being. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Could also be, again, because I had played it many, many moons ago that I just have a little bit of it still in the chamber. I still got lost once, though, so, you know, got that going for me. So, like, even basic Thunder here is doing pretty significant damage. I feel like they handled the enemy's magic balance pretty well so far here. Kira, nope, just got back to ignoring YouTube chat, don't worry. What a blessing. I was trying to be good with him. But I do get accused of ignoring YouTube chat, so gotta stay on top of it. I was gonna say there's something freaky about this fish, but I can't really put my hand on it. I feel like most of the fish in this game have horns, which is a surprise to me. Are there any normal, like, fish with horns? I mean, there's, like, narwhals, which are sort of fish. They're not exactly fish, though, because fish and mammals are different, right? Me showing that I'm not a marine biologist. Cringe. Hey, cool. So what's over here? It looks like there's two places to go. The Dwarven Hollow is cool. Lally ho to you as well, my friend. I met some dwarves in Final Fantasy 2 that also said lally ho. How could you let him get away? You gotta get that horn back from the thief. Hurry to the underground. Like, what the heck did I do? Our treasured horns are delicately carved out of ice, but that conniving thief stole one, the scoundrel. Lolly, no, the horn of ice was stolen. That horrible villain Gutsco took one of our horns of ice. He ran off to the subterranean lake, but the dwarves don't float. How are we supposed to get our treasures back? The horrible villain Gutsco took one of our horns of ice. Very peculiar. Oh, so that's what an invisible barrier looks like. I mean, invisible for sure. There used to be a shimmering glass tower on top of the northern tower, so after the earthquake disappeared, now it's just a cave in its place. In the northern mountains, interesting. You know, the village of Geisal is, holy guacamole, that was a tough one. Well, I'll tell you, it's across the sea, far, far to the east. I have, in fact, found him. We could theoretically heal up here. I don't actually think we need to, though. Let's check out the weapon shops and whatnot first. I'm tempted to pick up a fire ice staff. I think there was a holy staff too, but it's not relevant anymore. We can grab another one of the staves too. They're just really expensive. I'm gonna hold off because oftentimes when I've been buying gear, we've been getting upgrades like right afterwards. And they're not like massive upgrades. They're just kind of taking things we already have for the most part. Ice helm is an option. I think I will go magic robe. I think that's more important to me now. That's a huge defense up and a magic defense up at that as well. So I think it's probably worth it. Cool. Everything's looking good on the armor front at least. We could do more improvements, but again, I'm trying to save a little bit of gil in case we find a shop that has something important in it, like a cool spell. Shall we dive under? And how exactly are we supposed to do that? Maybe if we become frogs first. True. When in doubt, toad out. Now I'm actually kind of tempted to go heal up first to get the MP back. We're missing 3 or 6 casts of cure. We'll go heal up really quick. Might as well. I was going to say throw caution to the wind, but it would be a little bit foolish for us to have to come all the way back here just because we fail. It's only 80 gil too. It's very economic here in Dwarf Town. Now, I think there was a different place we could have visited just to the north of here as well, so we don't want to forget about it, but we will progress through here and see if we can help them with the horn. I'm surprised the first thing they say here when we show up is, how could you let him get away? Go ahead and grab it, because to my memory, the DS version has you, like, maybe accidentally help the person get it or something. Maybe not. I vaguely remember it being our fault, though, being obligated to help. Cool, so we're free to untoad down here. We're down the subterranean lake. Oh my gosh, manticores already, too. I kind of have a memory of manticores generally being kind of nasty. I guess we'll just basic attack. Might as well save our MP. I think Manticore is a boss in Final Fantasy II. Alright, these ones aren't so bad. The Ark's job level increased to 24. And just level ups for everyone. Just having the extra HP is such a boon. I wonder if we've missed any chests yet. It's an interesting thought. I've tried to be pretty good with it, but like surely there is some hidden corridor we didn't see or something somewhere. I certainly didn't get all the chests in FF2. I think we missed one permanently at one point, which kind of made me like, uh-oh. I was like, are we trapped? Nah, there's a passageway through the wall. I don't know why this dungeon reminds me of Final Fantasy VI. So experience-wise, I played Final Fantasy, well, I guess before starting to stream them, I played 3, 6, 7, 13, 2, and 13, 3, but I never finished 13 and 15. So like anything in between those numbers I had no experience with, so after finishing up 3, which I've played a very, very long time ago, when we do 4 next, I'll have no experience again. Same with 5, but 6 I will have a lot of experience. 6 was also very, very good. I should have cured ahead of time. This is probably a little bit dangerous. Alright, never mind, we're fine. As long as it doesn't like explode or something. If it explodes, then we're in trouble. Alright, we'll cure out of combat here. Just go for a few attacks to quickly end up the fight and hopefully survive. Cool. As long as no one's getting KO'd, we're good. Because we have very, very, very minimal Phoenix sounds right now. So risking them is not on my agenda. A gold needle. I could be a little more precise with my healing as well. A lot of gold needles. But I'm just kind of spamming the AoE one. It's fine. Oh, I hope that the stalagmite doesn't have really high physical defense. Okay, it didn't matter too much. I saw the enemies like aesthetic and I was like, that's a problem. Mermaids are kind of freaky, to be honest. They don't really resemble mermaids at all, which are also kind of freaky. But you would expect it to be like fish on the bottom, man on the top, I suppose. Honestly, even a back attack doesn't really phase us now. We're in good shape stat-wise. I'm really surprised that Final Fantasy 3 DS has that weird feature where when you change jobs, you just have like horrible stats for a while. That certainly made it a lot more sluggish between areas. It doesn't seem to be here. It could be they took it out of this version of the game as well, but like, surely not. Wow, we're already here too. This is Gutsco Arc. Stay back. Get away from the horn if you want to keep living. Okay, but I want the horn. You're just like a naked guy with a snake now that I'm looking at you. What is your purpose? Why are you here? Oh, we do have a few casts of Cura now as well, so we're in a pretty good stance gear-wise. Let's just swing out, I suppose. I have to feel like Ingus is going to be doing more damage with basic attacking than with magic right now. 112 is pretty significant. I think we're probably going to do another round of damage. I think I'm wrong. I think Ingus might do more with fire damage against this particular enemy. Yeah, maybe not. It really depends on how many hits they get. Alright, we're gonna go for AoE Cura this time. Otherwise, if it's just gonna spam basic attack, this should be nice and quick to get through Gutsco. It's also being very nice and basic attacking everyone once. Holy guacamole. No, don't mini Ingus. It's so rude. I mean, I guess Ingus can switch to magic, right? I'm not going to use a mini yet. We'll just switch over to starting to cast instead. 208 with Fear. See, that's how magic should hit. That's scary. That's like a real problem, actually. Hopefully we outspeed. I think I will do a single target Cura here. It might be over the top, but I think it's just kind of a safe bet. It looked like it was weak to fire. You absolute buffoon. You just AoE minied Ingus twice and solved my problem for me. Oh, the Cura was certainly overkill. Almost 500 heals. It's kind of crazy. That's quite funny that it missed everyone but Ingus. Cool, we can go back to basic attacking. We're all fairly healthy now. There we go. Very kind of you to untransform poor Ingus before we went on our way. Luna's job will increase to 24, Arcs is 26, Ingus is 25, and FPS is 24. And we obtained the Horn of Ice. Don't really know what it does. We just got told it was stolen. It was somehow our fault, and now we've successfully gotten it. So let's... Wow, what is that? Oh, actually, I think I remember this. I think I know what happens. I think this is what's following us. And we end up getting the other Horn of Ice stolen. I think that's the problem, is that we haven't messed up yet. Now it's coming back to me. But we're about to mess up. As we're being followed by... I thought it was supposed to be like a shadow or something, but it does seem to be just like a underscore. Which is fine, you know? You can come along with us. I'm definitely missing Warp and Teleport from Final Fantasy 1 and 2. You get them so early and they're so useful. It's really inconspicuous, this white line following us. Can we return without being towed? It would be cool if we could. I don't know if we can, though. Also, the dwarfs' issues were that they don't float, but, like, surely we as normal adventurers should float, so why do we have to be toads anyways? Alright, we'll just swing out here. I think we'll KO before Arc has a chance to go down outside of, like, again, exploding, but we haven't seen them explode yet. They might be incapable of it, perhaps. Our job levels are so high right now. We're slowly approaching another crystal, though, and another crystal means new jobs, which will be very exciting, because of course we want to change over everyone that we can. I think I might start just going out wearing white rage robes anywhere I go. Going to like the supermarket and stuff. It seems like it would be both comfy and people would stop bothering you as much. Okay, we don't need to toad on our way out. We'll just float up this time. We do all, in fact, float down here. Alright, so we brought back the thing. It's our horn. You're the best. Now please put it back where it belongs. Alright. Hang on, I'll take down the ward. The ward goes down. And now this very conspicuous underscore that is following us. This is where the horn of ice goes. Yep, just put her down. We put down the second horn of ice. Ha ha ha, you fools didn't even notice me hiding in your shadows. Now both horns are mine for the taking. How could this have happened? With both horns of ice in my possession, I can extinguish any flame. The tunnel to the crystal poses no obstacle to me now. The power of the fire crystal belonged to me. Gutsco the Great. It's mine, all mine. How evil. Whoops. I bet that life is heading for the mountains to the north. Please, you gotta get those horns back. Oh, we'll try to get those horns back. That was my bad. Our worst fears have come true. Gutsco has both horns of ice. What do we do? Oh, what do we do? Oh no, Gutsco fled to the cave into the north. He took the horns with him. This is bad, real bad. I understand that it's bad, but I do really want to take a quick nap ahead of time. I'm very, very sorry. But I am frankly tuckered out from that encounter with him. And if we're more rested, we'll be able to defeat him much easier. What do we do? I'll help, don't worry. Did I go down here before? I don't remember this pathway. A boulder blocks the way. Okay, I guess we can't access the treasury yet. Perhaps they clear it once we help later on? I feel like we can get down there eventually. I mean, surely there's not just like a treasury with a boulder that you can never pass through. I guess it's possible, but unlikely. Ah, these mountains to the north. I see, I see. I hope Sea Serpent isn't too strong. It looks like the... Okay, I was gonna say it looks like the Nepto Dragon, but it does in fact just kind of fold. So it's Chocobo Woods. Let's figure out what's going on here. Oh my gosh, it's Fat Chocobo. You're a bank. Okay, I don't know why I would want access to a bank, to be honest with you. Perhaps we have a limited amount of inventory spots? Oh, I forgot to teach Libra and stuff too. That's actually a good memory to do that. I'm used to how it was before in 2, where you just kind of like teach the spell immediately at the shop. At least I think that's how it was. Maybe that was 1. Sure, we'll teach Libra over to Refia. Blind over to Ingus. Spirit to Ingus as well. Thundara. We can just send it for now. Oh, I mean Luneth, not Refia. I'm used to Refia being my white mage, but I tried to mix it up this time. Cool, 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 cool. The white mage outfit in Final Fantasy III DS is very, very cute. The Molten Cave. How spooky. So we're back to spicy feet, it looks like. So we don't want to spend too much time in the lava, ideally. Hey, it's the first boss of the game. We are marginally stronger than before, so we shouldn't have too much trouble knocking it out. Stats across the board for all of us. We haven't had anyone get KO'd yet in a fight that we stayed in. It shockingly isn't looking like we're... Okay, we're certainly taking damage, but it's not flashing the screen like it was in Final Fantasy II. I wonder why. But we're certainly taking damage, so let's not spend too much time lollygagging through here. A few more Antarctic winds. Those are like the most iconic item in Final Fantasy III, I swear, at least for me. A red marshmallow. You know, interestingly enough, I actually made s'mores yesterday as like a treat after dinner. I haven't had s'mores in years. My roommate was talking about how she wanted them, so I was like, you know what, heck it. I'll throw something together. It was surprisingly good. But marshmallows got me thinking about it. Have to be a little bit careful about our health. It looks like we're still fine. Ingus is getting kind of low. Cool. So everything is looking good here. There's a shower of lava that we will need to pass under, which does in fact seem not great for the complexion, but we found A freezing blade. Oh, you're so cool with your ice blade and your fire blade. Stop. Forgot that those can actually be used to cast a spell as well. We have an ambush, so let's go ahead and Grit and bear it, and hopefully we can KO the next turn. The balloons back there actually do really solid damage. I'm surprised. But our damage is even more solid, so it does not matter. Go ahead and, we'll rip a Cura. I kind of want to save Curas traditionally for like boss fights, but we'll use one there just because I was feeling a little bit spicy. Really weird that the lava doesn't like make a sound when you get hit. I don't know where the Crocatas start and where they end, but I kind of love them. Another enemy with a horn though. Cool, so another encounter done. Hopefully something cool to get from the chest just past them as well. A high potion. What are high potions? 500? Apparently we've already found some of them, I didn't realize. 500 HP, so a really significant, effectively an elixir right now, sans the MP restoration. But I still think it was worth using our one elixir to help Mrs. Sid. It was the right thing to do, I'm not usually a monk runner in games like this, but monks are kind of cool. Honestly, I didn't really like monk basically at all as like a concept for a job. Heck, we got back attack, which is a little bit unfortunate. So it seems like ambush is we keep our side, but they get a turn ahead. And back attack means that we swap our formation altogether as well, and they get a turn. So back attack is just more advanced, worse ambush, which is good to know. I didn't actually identify there was a difference there, but it's cool to see either way. We'll top everyone off for the most part, and we'll proceed onward. The Molten Cave. It's always interesting seeing dungeons like this. Hey, there's our turn, getting a preemptive strike, where you're just kind of forced to take damage as you travel. But we're not missing any health here. Are we not taking lava damage after all? We're at 365 still. Well, I thought we were taking lava damage. I was really confident in it. I guess we're immune to lava? Never mind, I guess we weren't taking damage. I thought we were for sure. Okay, that actually auto-attacked for 178, which is very significant against Luneth. Hopefully we can just one turn and then heal up, because that was a little bit spooky. Back attacks don't mess around. Maybe they get harder with their first hits as well or something. A conspicuous golden rock. And a new path for us as well. Ooh, spooky. The fire crystal. Oh, we're gonna get more jobs already. I'm so excited. Ha ha ha. With the power of the fire crystal coursing through me, I'm unstoppable. Thing is, I can't tap into the true power of these flames so long as you goody-goodies stand in my way. Nothing personnel, kid. This is where you meet your maker. Let's go attack with the formidable power of the fire crystal. Okay. I don't remember Gutsco being a salamander. That goes crazy. I'm going to Libra here. Now that we have it available to us, we may as well. I'm going to assume that Blizzara is the play, though. We missed Blizzara. It might be immune to ice. Holy guacamole, that was a lot of damage. Vulnerable to ice? I don't believe you. Vulnerable to water. I kind of believe you, but we just missed Blizzara. I guess there is just a chance to miss spells. Unfortunate one to miss for sure. I'm gonna go for an AoE Cura to start, and then I guess I'll commit to another Blizzara. Hopefully it's not another AoE, because if it is, I think we're just kind of cooked. Without shell or anything, these spells are quite strong. I'm gonna switch over to a default Cura, but everything else will stay the same. Should have cured. Oh my goodness, the damage. Consider me stressed out. See, this is how I remember Final Fantasy III being like. Now it's all making sense to me. I'll do an attack with Arc, and I'll do a Phoenix down. I think we're dead. Holy guacamole, Salamander did not mess around. See, that's what I remember Final Fantasy III being like. Heck, so we can get 2 turned by that, so I guess we need to focus a lot more on healing. Thank goodness there's the quick saves for this one. That was certainly not a thing in the DS version that I played. Wow, alright. So, we know its vulnerabilities at least. I don't remember how much HP it had, but I'm just going to play on my back foot constantly. If we're not doing anything, we're going to just be AoE curing with Luneth every turn. Hope we won't miss the Blizzara this time. Not that it matters too much. Something I could alternatively do too is use the Freezing Blade, but I think it's probably better to swing out. The cure was preemptive, unfortunately. Oh my gosh, the damage is so high. If Luneth gets out-turned by Salamander and can't rip a Cura, we're in dire straits. I think this justifies dropping some Antarctic Winds, to be honest. This is really scary. We need to end this ASAP. Or we will, in fact, be game overing again. In fact, it could be this turn if Cura goes off after a Blaze. Alright, cool. Should be able to survive at least one more turn. That was 2 of our 3 Antarctic Winds, though. It should be illegal. You're so powerful. I do have one more Cura in the tank. We have to pray that it outspeeds, though. I could theoretically use potions and whatnot, too. Should probably do so. We're out of Blizzaras, but I want to keep the damage going. I'm going to switch it so that Ingus uses a high potion on Refia, because Refia's in the most dire straits. Alright, Cura goes off early. This could still result in a few KOs, I think. Oh my gosh, every turn. So Refia's going to go down, unfortunately. High potion will go on to Ingus, I think is the default. Alright, let me think. We're out of Curas right now. I guess we'll try to Phoenix down and hope for a basic attack and just high potion. It can just blaze again. I don't know what the odds are of it blazing, but like, it's really given us a lot of trouble. Not the high potion on Arc, so Arc should survive a turn. Refia will just kind of get KO'd here. I swear this basic attacked before. I'm gonna try to Phoenix down because I don't really want to miss out on the experience. I guess we're too weak. We might have to grind a little bit. I swear this thing can basic attack though. Didn't it do it last time we fought it? Alright, well, let's go grind up a little bit. It's a little bit too strong for us, which is a surprise. But what if we smash our head in it a few more times? Very valid thing. Do you have any equips we can change, perhaps? Anything that can give us more magic resistance? I guess if I had optimal, everything's probably just already optimal. I don't have access to shell. Bomb fragment is fire damage. Maybe we're really close. If we just dump everything, maybe we can make it. But if it's gonna blaze every turn, we're on a very, very short timer. There's a very upper limit of how much we can actually do. This is more magic defense. Probably gonna be more useful here, although it's a very marginal increase. I don't know. I guess we'll give it one more try. If it doesn't blaze every single turn, I'm pretty sure we can win. But if it blazes every single turn, we have to grind a little bit. It's possible, too, that Mini or Toad could work on it, but I doubt it. I'm going to Libra, which is not the most useful turn one. I'm going to dump all of our Antarctic Winds this time, though. I was trying to save them because I wanted to have at least one just in case, but let's just dump them. They hit like 400 each, and we... Okay, I thought they were hitting 400. Apparently Blizzara is the one that hits 400. They only hit 100. I could have sworn this was hitting 400 last time. All right, maybe there's just a big damage variation, because that one was 300. So what are we looking at for health? Vulnerable to ice, vulnerable to water. There's flame number 1. How do I see its health? I thought it would reveal the health. Perhaps it doesn't because it's a boss, maybe? I was hoping to see how much health it would have. Doesn't appear to show it though, so we'll have to just suck it up with our lack of knowledge for now. This isn't going to be meaningfully different than what we were doing before though. I guess I can switch you over to AoE curing as well to keep us alive. We did get a basic attack, which is significantly less damage than the magic and single target. So it is possible, albeit seemingly quite unlikely. But you're saying there's a chance is really the important thing. Let's just tip everyone off the best we can. Why are you now suddenly basic attacking? Did we just get like profoundly unlucky? Very funny if so. I guess I'll do a normal cure. Let's try to rip the other Blizzara now. Maybe it blazes whenever it's hit by ice magic? That could be. Or flame. Oh, that could very well be. That would explain why it happened literally every turn. Right? And then it stopped after we stopped doing it? Maybe not. Maybe that's in my head. Hopefully we can get up just enough to survive a blaze if it goes off, or a flame. I think we're dead. Alright, no, there's no rhyme or reason to it. We are still alive, barely, though. I mean, maybe it's about to die. Maybe we're fine here. I'm gonna go full on the offensive. I mean, if I don't, we're dead either way. Alright, I gotta look up Salamander. I'm so curious about this. What are the odds of using it? I haven't looked up an enemy before, but I think traditionally they say what their attacks percentages are and stuff. Maybe it doesn't. How to get through Salamander FF3 Pixel Remaster. That's very funny. All right, now we'll figure it out on our own. I was hoping it would show the odds of it, because if it's like a 50-50 and we just got unlucky, we could certainly win. We will start from this data. I guess we'll get a little bit healthier first, though. If our damage is higher, we're looking a lot better. Unfortunately, I think that means retreating from the Molten Cave temporarily. With the fact that it couldn't arbitrarily do 200-ish AoE, we're in trouble. We could go grab more like ice defense stuff, but only a handful of people can wear it. I'm quite surprised how strong it is. But again, that was my memory. That's why in FF2, when the bosses and stuff were doing AoE magic, I was like, what's up with this? Why does it do no damage? As FF3 hardened me as a wee child to know that something was totes amiss when they weren't just obliterating us. And now it's a problem. I could theoretically swap the team over to Black Mages and rip a bunch of Blizzards too. I should have checked how much health it had on the wiki as well. But it's fine, we'll figure it out. For now, I'm gonna just walk out of the cave, get some stats, heal up, and come back. If we can get our HP above 400 so that we can tank 2 hits in a row, I think our odds of survival go up pretty dramatically. Also unfortunate that while we have Cura, we can only cast it 4 times in total, and I think I wasted one of them. I do think our best bet for now is to retreat, heal up, and come back, though. So we will do that. On the way out and the way in, it's going to be kind of like grinding in the meantime anyways, because look, there we go. 30 health on Luneth, 40 on Arc, so we're getting some pretty significant level ups health-wise now. Perhaps we're just slightly behind the curve. I like it though. I'm never upset when I hit a boss that kind of makes me retreat and come back. I really wish that you didn't just one-hit Ingus. That was not very cash money of you. That one hurts on a pretty deep level because now our characters are going to be eternally unsynced, but so it goes. It's kind of inevitable for these games. If I were to reset a save to fix it, it would be quite a bit of time lost, so I'm not going to bother. But if I was playing alone, I might have. Potentially. What is this? Right, this is the Chocobo place. So there's a storage there, but not much reason to use the storage, right? We have nothing in there. Also, if we take a Chocobo from there, we can go like a few feet. Unless they're water Chocobos, but I don't think they are. That was a cool thing in Final Fantasy VII. Where you could like breed Chocobos and the blue ones I think could walk on water. That was my memory of it at least. Let us return down here. See what the Dwarven Hollows has for sale. Maybe there's something more useful that I didn't quite pay enough respect to. Particularly in the armor front. We do have ice helms and ice shields. I don't know who could wear, I guess only those two can wear ice shields. I could run ice shields on those to cut down. I guess since we're getting destroyed so hard, we may as well, right? It's not going to help our casters at all. But it's resistant to flame, so it should be worth it here at least. I hope. Oops, wrong armor. There we go. Change the ice helm over to there as well. Can't do much about our monk or our white mage, but we can at least get some on other people. Are there any more ice-related weapons here or anything? There are ice staves here, but I think it's primarily cast blizzard when using metal. I mean, it says it's infused with ice, so maybe attacking with it will also be good. I'll grab one of them because they're quite expensive. It's an improvement for Luneth anyways, so it's probably worth it in the grand scheme of things. Okay, so I'm going to rest up. I'm not going to waste a Cura going through there. I don't know if we got an extra Cura. If we get one more of them, it'll be very significant as well. We haven't. We've only gotten 4 of them, which is okay, but let's try to head back now and see if maybe that's enough to tip the scales. We haven't changed much, admittedly, but we've made it so that 2 of our party members have a pretty high resistance, or I assume a pretty high resistance. It could also be negligible. It could be like a 1% per piece, and that's like a 1 and 2% respectively amount of ice resist, but I'm hoping it's a little bit more than that. Time will have to tell for sure, but let's head back up there and hopefully get our vengeance. The ideal would be if everyone has over 400 health by the time that we get back up there, which I think is very accomplishable. With how much our growth has been, it should just be a level for everyone. Very sad Ingus is behind now, though. That's going to irk me for the entire playthrough. It's not that big of a deal. But it is going to bother me. But like a small amount, not like a crazy amount. Quick job level up for us as well. Thankfully, we can just kind of beeline it straight towards the end now as well, rather than having to go for all the treasure and stuff around. I can't believe how strong the AoE magic was, though. Like, I can believe it, but like, I'm just shocked. I had it so good playing FF2, I didn't realize it. I'm also very surprised that the lava in this area doesn't hurt. I could have sworn it did. Alright, refuge job goes up to 30 as well. Let's go ahead and start using some of our default cures and not wasting our curas this time. And I think the next room is the final one, so we'll grind here for a little bit until we can all get our HP above 400. I'm really surprised at how... Oh, it can self-destruct. Holy guacamole, it's hard too. Looks like it'll be about 5 or 6 more battles, which is quite a bit, unfortunately. Okay, we have one more room right here. If we can grind in here, I guess this is ideal. Perfect, we can. Ambush is not perfect. Unfortunately, every fight that we take as an ambush or a back attack is just a waste of some cures, which is fine as long as it doesn't get too bad. I certainly haven't found myself in the Final Fantasy marathon up until now wanting to grind for a little bit of HP, but just being able to survive 2 of them would be so significant. We might be fine now, but I'm going to go for that one more level. Cool, nice and smooth. Few job level ups too. I really don't remember what job level ups do now. Like, I think they affect how many times or how proficient you are with the weapon, so like how many attacks you get with the weapon itself that you're using. And now I totes don't remember. I thought they affected like your MP and what spells you'd have access to, but it just seems like that's tied to your actual character level, so heck if I know. Our damage is looking very nice now. Looks like 2 more fights and we should be good. I feel like Ingus has like a high taunt on him. I wonder if there'd be any differential between our characters. Like if all of them were monks, they look completely identical? I imagine so. Unless there's like a part of their gear that changes color based on who they were. Because their Onion Knight outfits were different, right? But they look identical. Yeah, no, they just look the same. Only their Onion Knights are unique. Very peculiar. Almost out of cures, but we do have a chunk of them left on our red mage as well. Okay, I thought it was going to be one more fight. Apparently it's two more. I swear I don't plan to grind much. I just don't think we can, like... I mean, we could theoretically beat the boss if we keep smacking our head in it over and over and over again. Also, very unfortunate ambush. But we just need to roll the RNG effectively to make sure that it won't spam the AoE magic every single turn. Because I think it did it literally every turn on one of our losses, and we were pretty close. Alright, now it's one more battle because Ingus died once. Sorry for misleading you those 3 or 4 times just now. Another back attack too, so unfortunate. They feel really common in this game, although I think they felt really common in 2 as well. Maybe just in my head. Luneth getting KO'd would be really not ideal. If Ingus gets petrified, does Ingus get experience? I guess I'll just play it out again so that we can cure up once more with Luneth. Wow, that was a very detrimental encounter. I hope it doesn't carry through. So Ingus did get experience at least, which is good. So I'm hoping it's not still a thing. It's still a thing. Unfortunate, but we will in fact use a gold needle to cure that petrification. Alright, so now we all have over 400 health, which I'm hoping is enough since it was a roughly 200. Our Cura is not powerful enough to really push us ahead that much, unfortunately. Maybe it can keep us in a good spot. We'll try this one more time. Cool. So let's start my... I'll use my Antarctic Wind with Luneth. Blizzara with Ingus and then attack with the other two. Hopefully it rolls high. 640 is quite significant. We did get an immediate blaze. Oh, it hits very, very low on our bottom 2 party members now. Way more manageable. This being said, Arc is in quite a bit of danger, our monk, so ideally Arc will just be fine. I think I'm gonna rip a high potion with Arc just to keep us topped off and good to go. Another Blizzard with Ingus and then a basic attack. Cool, so no one should get KO'd this turn. I guess Luneth could potentially, depending on the roll of the damage. And we got a basic attack, which just did 50. I feel like we have it in the bag this time, right? Go for a turn of attacking. Also, I'm surprised this is weak to water magic. I don't remember water magic being a thing. Cool, we'll take the flame for sure. I wonder if it's percent health based and we're always like pushing it the percentage. It's probably just bad luck and I'm overthinking it. Okay, so it's going to be a KO on Arc, unfortunately. Thankfully, the team was able to survive it for the most part. Otherwise, I think Luneth is kind of in danger, though. I think that puts Luneth just over the cusp of where we need to be to survive, which is good. I will go for a Phoenix down onto Arc here, and then a basic attack. Hopefully, if it's going to blaze early. If not, Arc's probably going to go straight back down. What a jerk. I keep calling it blaze even though it's flame. I'll go for one more Cura. I'll try the exact same turn effectively. And just hope that Arc can stay alive. We must have been pretty close because that was not that much damage overall. Regardless, we have persevered after a little bit of extra effort. Thank goodness. Quite a bit of experience too, and it was still very, very close. However, the fruits of our labor are quite bountiful this time around. Warriors of Light, I bestow upon you the power of light kindled within my flames. Received a new title from the Fire Crystal. Ranger, Knight, Thief, and Scholar jobs are now available. Scholar is going to be a particularly useful one for the next boss. At least next major boss. But now we have succeeded. We can look into these new jobs as well. I wonder what they look like. Okay, they are extremely cute. Knight looks so good. Oh my gosh, I really like how Knight looks. Cool, so we have a few new jobs to pick through. Let's get out of here first, and then we'll start looking at what jobs we want. The Warriors of Light, only you can restore hope to the world, for only yours is the light that can balance out the darkness. Oh, and there's a heal here too. You know what? In that case, we will swap our jobs here. Might as well. I was thinking we would do it once we get to an inn. So Luneth has been our resident white mage for a while. I'm going to switch to Scholar. It does say it switches the equipment right away. So it looks like Scholar is incapable of casting Cure, which is unfortunate. This is something I kind of bumped into many moons ago too, where your white mage, like, you just kind of lose access to them. Granted, the red mage can still cast white magic, but I don't think anyone new can. I do want to run some of the new jobs, but it looks like we're going to have to stick with white mage for Luneth at least. We can move someone else to be the white mage as well, but obviously losing all of your magic to heal is very, very detrimental. Arc will certainly change over. Why don't we make Arc our ranger? That sounds good to me. I kind of find it really shocking that they have the great bow in the offhand, but I will trust them in their decision. I guess it's not technically the offhand, but I would have put the bow first and then the arrow after. It just makes sense to me. Angus, our red mage, will change over to... I think a knight is the most fitting for Angus. Knight looks so cool. And then Raphia, our warrior. How about we make you... I guess Scholar or Thief, and I want a Scholar, so you'll be the Scholar for now. We don't actually have any gear for a Scholar yet. To my memory, they use books. I guess we could have seen it when we wanted to select the job, huh? Right, so they only use books as their primary weapon. So they're very, very strange in that sense, but they have a really cool ability. Right, so it auto-equipped everything, so we'll quickly heal up again with our new party. Obviously, we still have the white mage. I think I'm going to walk around with the knight because the knight looks so cool. Oh, so cool. I was never really like feeling paladins and stuff years ago and like knightly things, but as I got older, I just started to like them more. I don't know why. They're just so notable. Okay, so we've successfully gotten our new jobs, which is pretty cool. We've cleansed 2 of the crystals now, one at the very start of the game and the fire crystal. Let us go ahead and return the ice thingies we stole. Warriors of Light, you have to help us. Ugh. What happened? Tokol, my beloved home, had nothing left to plunder, so they're putting it to the torch. Please, you have to save us. I have no idea how you managed to get here. Hein can change weakness on a whim, however, Scholar would be able to see through his tricks. Very helpful information to have, and we know where our next destination is. Lally-ho, the horns are safe and sound. Wahoo! Here, you can have this key as thanks for retrieving our horns. There's more in a Gishel if you want them. I don't know what magic key is for. Our treasure is yours. Let me moonwalk over to the vault, Lolly. That is truly you moonwalking over to the vault. Not really what I had anticipated, but truly a power move. Whoa, there's so much treasure here. Hope we make good use of our treasure. The heroic shield, Gyashel Greens, Phoenix Down. Knight armor, the Book of Light, the Book of Ice, the Scholar hat, the Scholar robe, the Book of Fire, the Killer bow, Gold needle. It's basically like a starter pack for our new jobs. The gauntlets, the otter shroom, and an elixir as well. So good stuff across the board. Sweet. So Arc is now with a killer bow, gauntlets, and some knight armor for our knight. And thankfully a book. Oh, you can dual wield books. Interesting. So the downside of this, they do damage, right? They do elemental damage. But obviously if you're fighting something that's particularly like weak to fire but heals from ice, you don't want to have a fire and ice book. Regardless, we have some books now, so we're going to do some okay damage. Looks like our attack is actually the same as our knight. Do we want to run a shield on our knight is the question. I'm going to do it. I think it's kind of cool. I can't help Sam. We have a heroic shield on our knight now. I everything's looking good. Position-wise, everything is fine. Oh, we want to move our arc backwards, so it's actually not fine. I was totally wrong. I'm gonna say Scholar goes forward. I'm not entirely sure what the right option is. Alright, sweet. So we have to go back to Takal now because they're attacking it. We've successfully dealt with all these problems up here, but in the meantime, we did not deal with the problem in Takal because we had no way to really get up there. And we got a preemptive strike though, which is cool. Let's see what our damage is like. Oh, the stance of the knight is so cool. Obviously, because our job mastery, our job levels are so low, we have so few hits, so our damage is going to be a little bit rough in the beginning. But it'll catch up in time. Lunith's job level hit 34, which is the only one that's really not going to have any problems because Lunith is staying as a white mage for now. We could theoretically pivot off the white mage, but I feel like it's just so valuable to always have a healer that it's tough to say no. Ark's job level hits 2. Yeah, I have no idea how job levels level up. Oh, their victory pose are different though. That's very cute. I quite like the Ranger, I think it's called. Ranger or Hunter, whatever it's called. Regardless, level 2 for Arc. There's the seahorses that are not actually horses and instead Tangis or Tangis, whatever they're called. I really love the sprites they're using for the jobs in this game though. Cool, 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 cool. So everything looks good. And I think from here, just because we made so much progress and stuff, and it's 3 hours on the dot, I don't want to rip through 3 too quickly. I feel like I'm progressing very, very, very fast. So I think I'm going to actually call it here for now. Plus like 3 hours Final Fantasy 3 kind of makes sense. This said, it was a lot of fun. Hopefully you had a nice time as well. Monday we'll be back. I don't know if I'm going to be starting Nullius then or if I'll be doing a Factorio randomizer. One or the other. I'll figure it out by the end of the weekend. We will do that on Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, probably the same thing. Thursday next week we'll be doing more Bat to the Heavens because we're not done in spite of beating it. And then of course Final Fantasy Friday next week. Either way, have a great weekend. ! Discord if you want to hang out there. And we'll see you next time. Bye for now.